in South Florida on a glorious day at the historic Orange Bowl. Today, Big East action coming your way as the 13th-ranked Miami Hurricanes take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Sims along with John Conjemi. Glad you could join us. Great day of college football. We'll keep you up to speed on Ohio State, Michigan, Pittsburgh, and West Virginia also in action today. Here at Miami, the quarterback situation has been in upheaval the last few weeks. Brock Berlin gets a start. Greg Roberts will have more on that a little bit later. But today, one of the focus points, a tale of two freshman running backs in this game today.
Well, Dave, both teams would love to get physical and control the game with their running backs. And for Rutgers, it's Brian Leonard. Not only can he catch the football out of the backfield, but he can get the tough yards on the ground. He'll move the chains any way he can get his hands on the football. Only a freshman running back, but a best multi-purpose backs in the league. And for Miami, it's Tyrone Moss. He took over the game in the second half last week. He's a powerful runner that gives Miami's offense that home run threat. Senior Jared Payton will start on senior day, but it's Moss's play last week that kept their chances alive for that Big East crown.
Take a look at the standings. Miami controls its own destiny in the Big East. They look at a big BCS Bowl. If they win today and win next week, they are the champions of the Big East Conference. Pittsburgh and West Virginia still hanging in there. Brock Berlin, he gets the start today, was benched last week, and his comfort blanket, wouldn't you make him yours? Kellen Winslow Jr., the go-to guy. We'll see how many times he goes to him this afternoon as they go against the Rutgers club that tested him pretty well last year. Today's Big East football game is being brought to you by Cooper Tire, proud to be the official tire of the Big East Conference. Cooper Tires, don't give up a thing. Volvo for life. Napa Auto Care Centers. Napa, get the good stuff. Advance Auto Parts, we're ready in advance. Advance Auto Parts. Hyundai, only Hyundai has America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Hyundai, win. And by the United States Army, an army of one. Wow, what a shot here in South Florida. Welcome back to Miami, everybody. Big East football on the air. Decent crowd here at the Orange Bowl. 13th ranked Miami taking on Rutgers. And let's join Greg Roberts down on the sidelines.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Hello, everybody. The national media has proclaimed a quarterback controversy here at Miami. However, head coach Larry Coker says there's nothing controversial about it. Says he's just looking for the quarterback who gives his team the best chance at winning. After back-to-back losses to Virginia Tech and Tennessee, Brock Berlin went to the bench in favor of Derek Crudup. Crudup was at the wheel last week as Miami beat Syracuse 17-10, but he was adequate at best. Passed for only 80 yards, threw an interception, also had a fumble. The turnovers led to all of Syracuse's points. It was Crudup's chance to impress, but apparently it was less than impressive because Larry Coker has announced that he's going back to Brock Berlin. So Brock Berlin gets the start this afternoon. However, Coker says that both Berlin and Crudup will play. Dave?
All right, Greg, we look forward to checking in with you throughout the course of the afternoon as we look at Larry Coker. Got an 18-1 Big East record in his third year. Contrast that to Greg Schiano, the former defensive coordinator here at Miami, now the head coach at Rutgers at 1-18. You're looking at Darnell Jenkins, number 8, and Devin Hester, deep to receive. The opening kickoff by Mike Cortez is in there to kick it off for the Scarlet Knights. Michael Cortez ready to go, and glad you are joining us for Big East football. And this one will be returned. Darnell Jenkins inside the end zone, brings it out. Good looking return, tripped up finally and brought down at the 32-yard line. In fact, that 34-yard return also has an injured Rutgers player, and he was the young man who came up with the tackle, Brian Wilson. So Brian Wilson is down and in some pain as we take a look at Brock Berlin. Dennis Hennigan's our referee today. Head linesman Thomas Giles. Line judge is Jeffrey Cooney. Back judge is Gary Dansowitz. Field judge is Mel Plummer. The umpire is Greg Bremer. And the side judge is Howard Curry.
Dave, an explosive start for Miami on special teams on the return. Let's see if we can see Brian Wilson. Looked like he was down right there being held, actually. and he goes down. I can't see the contact that's made, but it looked like he was holding his left side.
Well, anytime they start touching, working on the knee like that, it's not good. And what a disappointment that is. You go down to cover the kick, and then you get injured like that. Let's take a look at our weather report brought to you by Prestone. When you want protection inside and out, you want the Prestone family. Gorgeous day. Second great Saturday in a row with us down here, John, and you have a home game. This is great for you. 77 degrees, 55% humidity. I love that. 12 miles an hour out of the northeast, temperature 77 degrees.
And that's what we were talking about with Greg Schiano and Larry Coker about why is it so nice to be in Miami? And when they were coaches on the same staff, and he said, well, this is the part of the year that really gets you going. It's in the springtime and these types of days, the Chamber of Commerce afternoons that Greg Schiano will hope go his way today.
Wind sort of coming across the field from behind Greg Schiano's back. Coming across the field. We are ready for action. Greg Roberts, get your injury report on the young man. Ryan Wilson from the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for Miami. Rutgers in a 4-3 defensive set. They give it to Jared Payton trying to get outside. Nothing doing there. Maybe a gain of 1. Berkeley Hutchinson, the outside linebacker, gets the tackle. And that offensive line, it's anchored by Eric Winston. Spent some time with him yesterday. Bright young man, said, hey, Miami just needs to worry about itself and things will work out for the Canes.
And that crew's going to have their hands full for Rutgers on defense. It's Raheem Orr, 18 tackles for a loss, and he has a great first step on the edge. Watch that matchup with Carlos Joseph.
2nd and 9 from the 35. That's Winslow resetting left side. Berlin going to put it up for the first time today. And he's flushed. Gets a good block and gets it out to the 40-yard line. Pick up a 5. Brought down by Piano Lukabu, number 39.
Well, Brock on that play was looking for Kellen Winslow across the middle on the season. 52 receptions for 523 yards. Only 1 touchdown. Look for that number to improve today.
Hard to believe he's going to get the 1 touchdown. And Devron Thompson's been outstanding the last 5 games with 35 tackles. And he's got an interception to go with that as well. And the DB's outstanding. Nate Jones and Jason Grant in particular have had good seasons. 3rd down and 4 from the 40. Payton's going to empty the backfield. Run a stunt. They get it out in the flat. And they get the ball to Winslow. 1st down Miami across the 45 to the 47. Gain of 8. Brock Berlin, as we talked about in the open, his comfort blanket is number 81, Nate Jones on the tackle.
And he took a shot from Berkeley Hutchinson. It was very courageous for Brock to hang in the pocket and find that big tight end. He had his running back Jared Payton or who he threw it to. But look at the hit on the outside. Brock Berlin, very courageous early in this game, hanging in. Berkeley Hutchinson got to him, and that was a vicious hit to start this game.
Linebacker, you live for that hit.
Yeah, quarterback's got the arm up, and you got the perfect shot.
1st and 10. Just underway from the 47. End around action. And they give it to Roscoe Parrish back in for him. Stops, picks up the 1st down and a couple of more. He's in Rutgers territory to the 38-yard line. Brought down by Nate Jones. Gain of 14.
Dave, Miami looking for a spark last week. It came from freshman tailback Tyrone Moss. Today, they get a nice conversion on 3rd down. Then they go to an end around. Number 1, Roscoe Parrish on the outside. Shows you his speed, and he shows you that he's healthy as well. Looks like he's closer to 100%. They've been plagued with injuries, just little nicks at that wide receiver position, but he looked healthy on that play.
5th play of the opening drive just underway here at the Orange Bowl. Miami 13th this week, taking on unranked Rutgers. Payton slashing off tackle, gets to the 35-yard line, picks up 3. Payton's one of those guys. I think he's like a lot of great running backs. The more you give him, the better chance he's got a chance to break one.
Yeah, and a downhill runner, Dave. You know, a different style. Doesn't have that typical style. He's kind of got the style of his own, but he's very productive. He can catch the football. He can pick up blocks very well, and that's going to help Brock Berlin today.
Beard to the top of your screen. Ryan Moore at the bottom. Here's Moore in motion. Caught a 45-yard TD pass last week. Trying to get outside with Payton. Real good job. He was caught. He gets it to the 29. Nate Jones brings him down. Gain of 6 on that play as we take a look at the Napa keys to the game.
Well, today for Miami, they have to continue their confidence, and Brock Berlin needs some of that. And I think the win last week helped their continuity during the week. They had the best practice week they've had in a long time, so they have to continue building on that. And for Rutgers, they're going to have to maximize their opportunities. Last year, they had a great chance to knock the Kings off in Miami, had them on the verge going into the fourth quarter, but they have 44 points without their offense on the field. They're going to have to take advantage of that.
Two tight ends set. They run with Peyton right side and bullies his way for a first down across the 25-yard line. Outstanding block by Kyle Kobia, and Raheem Moore makes the tackle for Rutgers.
We talked about at the open, Dave, both teams want to be physical, and this Miami offensive line is setting the tempo and controlling the line of scrimmage early. Now, can they cash in? That's where this team has been held up. Getting into the plus territory, they've either turned the football over, they've either made a bad penalty, either a motion penalty, a hold, something to hold them back. Can they get over the hump today?
-7 is their turnover margin, last in the Big East Conference. 1st and 10 at the 24 with Parrish and they'll make that beard in motion. Berlin on the flat pass. Kobia in the flat head. Winslow wide open on a post pattern. I mean, it wasn't even close. Devron Thompson made the tackle.
Dave, great call, because Kellen Winslow would love to have this play back, and more than that, Brock Berlin would love to have it. Watch the outside move and then to the post. Nobody down the middle. It's zero coverage. No free safety, no strong safety in the picture. Brock Berlin missed an opportunity for 6 that time, and that gets back to maybe having some confidence. Maybe he took the sure completion instead of going downfield, but that was a sure touchdown.
That was Kobia with the catch. 9th play of this drive, 2nd down and 4. At the Rutgers 18, they started at their own 34. Peyton cut it back against the grain. Nicely done. Hammers down to the 10-yard line. Another first down for Miami, brought down by Jarvis Grant. 8 yards on the carry, and it's a great start to senior day for Jared Payton. Picks up 8.
Running with a purpose through the tackle blocks. That's Jared Payton on that play. 5 rushes already for 23 yards, and that looked like maybe a 2 or 3 yard gain. He busted that up the middle for more than that. He got a lot out of that small crease in the middle.
Beard's going to go top of your screen to Payton's left on this 1st and 10 at the 11. Winslow in motion. And Payton cuts it back inside. Got tackled in there by Jarvis Johnson, a strong safety. Gain of 3 on that play. 2nd down coming up from the 8-yard line.
When Miami's offense is rolling, Dave, in this situation, they always like to go to the short field with the running back tight end combination in a high-low situation. I would look for Brock Berlin and offensive coordinator Rob Jasinski to maybe utilize the short side of the field with double tights.
And that's exactly what they have here. Winslow, the wing tight end, right side. Peyton, the deep back. Play fake. Fade far side. Beard's there, makes the catch. Touchdown, Miami. And they're going to say he's out of bounds. How about that? The side judge going to wave it off and say he was bobbling. The side judge, Howard Curry, all over it.
Beautiful throw by Brock Berlin after the play action. Just a nice dime on the outside. A tough throw, but a wide open Kevin Beard. Let's see if he bobbles this football. He's got it right there. That's a touchdown. That's not called a touchdown. That was no bobble on the way down. The ground can't cause it to come out. It didn't come out. That's a touchdown and a bad call by the officials.
3rd down and 7 from the 8. Beard goes top of your screen again. Winslow tight end left side. Here comes Beard in motion. Blitz by Rutgers. Backside blitz. Throw it in the end zone, and a bad throw that time. With Winslow having a step on Nate Jones. So Brock Berlin comes in 61.3%. That's 3rd in percentage completion in the Big East Conference, but he can't get in the end zone.
Well, that one you can't pin on the quarterback, because he got him in the end zone on 2nd down, and it was a bad call by the official, but no penalty, no foul. So Miami reverts back to that same story where they're going to have to try to settle for that field goal opportunity.
25-yard field goal coming up from John Petty. He's having an outstanding year, 17 of 21. And this one from the right hash is a no-brainer. Knocks it through. 3-0 as Miami drives right down the field. They get on the board first. 3-0 Canes at the 8:50 mark here in the first period at the Orange Bowl. As we continue with more Big East football right after this timeout. 3-0 on a gorgeous day here in Miami. The Canes on top of Rutgers. Just underway in Big East action, and our aerial views are courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. With us is Goodyear's Blimp Stars and Stripes. At the controls is Captain Tracy Rockhold from Akron, Ohio. Tracy and company, good to have you guys with us.
Tracy better watch out. Greg Roberts wanted to captain that ship yesterday. Be surprised at halftime he finds his way in there.
We are getting ready for the ensuing kickoff. Here's Mark Jett, sophomore from St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Fort Lauderdale. Kicking off to a couple of guys having good years, Nate Jones and Tres Moses. Far side, it's going to be Nate Jones at about the 4. And he takes a lick. Went airborne, took a big lick at about the 21-yard line. 19 yards on that return. Nate Jones, an outstanding returner.
Yeah, so far in the special teams, everybody giving up their body, and no better example than Nate Jones going up in the air and trying to hurdle the pile for Rutgers.
Tavares Gooden on the tackle for Miami. Scarlet Knights of Rutgers take over at their own 22. Ryan Hart had a knee injury last week against Boston College, but he is out there as the starting QB. Going to throw it. Florida native going to the air. Swing pass. Miami all over. Great move. That was Marcus Faison, who lost his hat too as he got close to the 25-yard line, brought down by Vince Wolford. Gain of 2 yards on that play. We take a look at the Rutgers O-line. It's manned by Marty Pismuka at the center, the captain, and he started 18 of the last 19 games. They're bell cow up front.
And Dave, Marty's going to have his hands full with Vince Wilfork. Randy Shannon, the defensive coordinator, has been proud of his play because he's had to step it up with all the injuries to that defensive front.
Second down and 8. 24-yard line for Rutgers. Leonard gets the call. Got hit once in the second effort. Picked him up another yard or two. Sean Taylor among those in on the stop as we take a look at the backs and receivers.
Yeah, Tucker and Moses on the outside. Two South Florida guys that would love to have a happy homecoming. They're going to look to big plays on the outside from them.
DJ Williams outstanding, but Jonathan Vilma is the All-American, also academic All-American candidate. And those two safeties are just fabulous. Taylor and Sykes. Third down and 4. Rutgers on third down conversion is third in the conference at 44%. Hart throws a safe pass, almost picked off. Moses should have made the pick and made the catch. And Kelly Jennings had an opportunity to come away with the INT. So a 3 and out for Rutgers.
Yeah, last week that was their Achilles heels against BC. 4 of 18 on third down, and before that they were over 40% for the season, Dave. They're going to have to find a way to move the chains on this tough Miami defense.
Yeah, they did a good job for 3 quarters last week. We look at Joe Radigan averaging 38-9. Last week 6 punts, 36-6 his average. Short punt, bad hang time. Hang time only 3.78. Boy, there's some courageous punt returning here by Roscoe Parrish. He got 37 yards with a generous bounce. Tackle on the play by Jason. Tackle on that play brings him down at the 35-yard line. We'll take a break and get back in a moment. Midway first quarter, 3-0 Miami over Rutgers. Miami taking over for the second time. And for the second time, they're going to start at their own 34-yard line. 37-yard punt by Radigan, and Greg Schiano enjoying the Miami sunshine again. Was the defensive coordinator here for years. Last year at this time, they played a whale of a game against Miami, leading 17-14 at the half. Could have been up 24-8 at the half if Nate Jones's return of about 100 yards wasn't called back for a ticky-tack pass interference call from the 34-yard line. Play fake. Berlin's got time. Deep middle. Got a man there. Poorly thrown. Should have been picked off. Right in the hands of Eddie Grimes, the junior from Hialeah, Florida. And the boos coming in. And the Ameritrade scoreboard shows that the Orangemen on top of West Virginia. And Greg Roberts has more.
Hey, David, I'm tracking our Big East scoreboard this afternoon as we have a three-way tie for first place between Miami, Pitt, and West Virginia. You see Syracuse has taken a lead over West Virginia. R.J. Anderson to Johnny Morant, 75-yard touchdown on the first play. Orangemen up 7-0.
Different ball club in that dome, to be sure. Beard in motion. And they run up the middle. First look at Tyrone Moss. And Moss, his first carry today, brought down by Jason Nugent. Gain of 4 on that play. Sets up a 3rd down and 6.
Well, offensive coordinator Rob Shazinski said he was going to get the young freshman in early, and he was not lying to us.
How about Berlin? Missed his last 3 passes. He's already heard the boo birds.
He's got to shake this off. He has to have thick skin at that position, and I think he knows that. And this will go a long way to help his confidence converting this 3rd down.
2 of 3 on the last drive on 3rd down. Beard in motion. Out of the shotgun, 4-man rush. They flush it. He's in trouble. Throws it up for grabs. No, sir. Threw it in the general direction of Winslow. And the boos come out again. And Winslow, a little bit ticked off down on the sideline.
Well, he's outside. He's going to run to the outside. Watch him just push off of the defender there. Lucky he doesn't get called for that to the head. And then Brock Berlin, under duress, just tries to put it close to 2 Miami defenders. But that play was broken up because there was some miscommunication up front on the right side of that offensive line. Somebody breaks free. Just a little game off the edge.
Ryan Monroe, 8th in the Big East Conference in punting. Outstanding effort here as he gets it down to the 25-yard line. Pretty good hang time. 37 yards. It was a high hanger, but 37 yards on that punt. Rutgers has really improved this year, folks. 4-6 overall, 1-4 in the Big East Conference, and here's how they've done it, John.
Well, you can't say enough about what Greg Schiano has done in terms of getting offensive, getting the points production from 2002 to 2003, and they've done it in every aspect, not only offensively, but defensively. They've turned it up a notch, and I think that's because of the South Florida kids they've been recruiting to Rutgers.
On the 26-yard line, Leonard gets the carry. Boy, there's a great fill there. Vilma, along with Sean Taylor, shut that play down. Leonard never really got a chance to turn it upfield. They're waiting for him in the hole, no gain.
Dave, there's not many better linebackers than number 51, Jonathan Vilma. You see him escape the would-be block to the outside, but his head is never off of the ball carrier. He's going laterally so fast that the lineman from Rutgers cannot put a block on him or a hand on him. Jonathan Vilma in that tandem with DJ Williams, 2 of the best linebackers you'll see in the country.
Trey Moses, top of your screen, 2 receivers to the bottom. One is Marcus Daniels, another Florida product out of Miami Central. Hart to throw, and that one got away from him. Tried to get it into Sean Tucker, 5th leading receiver in the Big East. 4th on the team and with 349 all-purpose yards. And Sean Tucker never had a chance on that one as Hart got away from him.
I think Ryan Hart thought better of trying to fit that football in because that was an excellent job by Alfonso Marshall, the corner on the short side. He was squeezing the wide receiver underneath, and he had help over the top, so Ryan Hart thought better of that and just kind of tossed that one out of bounds.
Going to split a tight end out, part of a trips formation at the bottom of your screen. Clark Harris. And Daniels is at the top. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up. Throw over the middle. They got Moses. First down, Rutgers is... He almost gave it back. He crossed the 35 to about the 37, brought down by Mo Sykes, a gain of 9. So Trez Moses out of Delray Beach, Florida, with a first down.
Good recognition by Ryan Hart. Miami brings one more than they can block, but he does a good job of just moving to his right and buying time for his receiver to come underneath, and that's Trez Moses out of Atlantic High School in Delray Beach. Finds the chains, and he, as you said, Dave, he almost gave it back at the end, but knew where he was on the football field. Nice conversion on 3rd down by Rutgers.
11 yards on that pickup. 2 tight ends set, 1 back. The deep back is Leonard. Play fake, nice fake. Going for it all. Hart really got bombed. He tried to feed it into Moses, and they had double coverage back there. But Hart took a heck of a whale there. Sykes was in on the coverage. DJ Williams blitzing from the outside. Here it is, DJ. Player of the Year a few years ago coming out of De La Salle High School out in the Pittsburgh, California area.
Yeah, that legendary high school that he came from. He came as a running back, converted to fullback, and then played a lot of special teams, and then found a home at linebacker.
Ray Pilch in motion. They give it to Leonard. They try to go against the run blitz. Stays on his feet. Great job. That's why we talk so much about Leonard. Pushes the ball to the 44-yard line, picks up 6.
He can do it all for Rutgers, and that's what Greg Schiano loves about the effort that Brian Leonard gives him. Only a redshirt freshman. Well, watch the pounding of his legs. He keeps it going, and Miami just arm tackle him. He can't bring him down. Not until Greg Threat finally brings him to the ground, but maybe a no gain turns into a positive play for Rutgers.
Outstanding play. 3rd down and 4 at the 44-yard line. 3-0 Miami. Here's Leonard up the middle. That second effort will get him about 2 yards. It'll be a yard short. Big East football coming from Miami. 3-0 Hurricanes. Canes trying to win the Big East championship again. A win today and a win next week in Pittsburgh will get the job done. Miami at 8-2 overall, 4-1 in the conference, and Rutgers 4-6 and 1-4. Here's Radigan to punt again. Some fearless returners back there for the Miami Hurricanes. High snap. Radigan does a nice job to go get it. Angles this one for the sideline and gets some help, and it goes out of bounds.
That's a great kick.
Wow, that's outstanding. I'm going to say it went out of bounds at the 7-yard line. He had hang time of almost 5 seconds on that. 47 yards on the punt. Nicely done by Joe Radigan. Miami leads 3-0. We're back to the Orange Bowl in a moment. Not a bad crowd on hand here in Miami as the Canes lead it 3-0 against the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. 47-yard punt by Radigan, his season best, has pinned Miami back at the 6-yard line.
Well, Brock's going to have to find some rhythm. Over 4 in his last 4 attempts, but now he's backed up on the 6-yard line, and he'll have to create some first downs, and he'll have to look for either Jarrett Payton or Tyrone Moss to provide some running room for his offense.
Miami took the first possession, went right down the field and scored 3-0 on a 25-yard Petty field goal. They had what looked like a touchdown, ruled an incompletion. Side judge said the receiver Beard bobbled it. From the 6, Berlin's 0 for his last 4 through the air. And they're going to stop that play right quick. First penalty of the afternoon.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, penalty is half the distance to the goal, still first down.
Miami, the most penalized team in the Big East Conference, and almost 89 yards per game.
And Larry Coker saying to himself, I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, right.
You know, this is what has held back Miami's offense. It's not really the big playability. You know, that hasn't happened as they would like it to, but it's the penalties and the drop passes and the bad reads that have really held themselves back. The theme this week and last week was more of worry about ourselves than who we're playing against.
The deep back is Jarrett Payton. Winslow in motion. Payton gets the carry. Nothing doing running behind the left guard. Berkeley Hutchinson makes the tackle for Rutgers. Boy, that's pretty stout defense there by Rutgers as Payton gets up slowly.
Greg Schiano loves this young, aggressive defensive style, and he loves Berkeley Hutchinson out of Long Branch, New Jersey. He has the speed of Thompson and a lot of those guys in those spots that have been playing a little bit earlier than expected, but that's one guy that really has turned it up a notch.
Jarrett Payton just limped off to the sidelines. And Tyrone Moss has replaced him, and the fullback is Quadrin Hill. Second down at 12 from the 4 with Winslow in motion. And Moss, boy, can't get anything going to the edge. Running to their left, a 2-yard pickup. Brad Cunningham, the junior out of Jersey City, makes the tackle. Part of Greg Schiano's first recruiting class.
Well, this is what Greg Schiano wanted. He wanted to create third down opportunities so it can open up his defensive package and really force Miami to make plays and force the quarterbacks, whoever's in the football game, to make plays. And Brock Berlin and Derek Crudup last week have proven to him that they haven't made it on a consistent basis. So they want to put the game in the lap of the quarterbacks and see if they can make the plays.
They'll stay out of the eye, and it's a problem getting the play in. The play clock was inside 10 seconds, was at 5. So Berlin calls a timeout. That's the first timeout called by Miami.
Well, so far, Dave, Miami's offense hasn't really gotten the continuity they had in practice this week, and it's been a combination of things. Right here, the linemen don't pick up a stunt, and Brock Berlin's forced to throw the football away. But then Brock Berlin misses a wide-open Kellen Winslow for 6 points. That would give Miami an easy touchdown. And then he finally does execute. They get a bad play on the outside, and then he misses on 3rd down to his tight end, Kellen Winslow. So there's a lot of things not hitting right. They get the ball backed up inside the 10-yard line. They jump off sides on 1st down. So it's a combination of things. It's not only the quarterback position, but it starts at the quarterback position.
Yes, it does. Right now, let's take a moment to thank our corporate sponsor, Cooper Tire. Proud to be the official tire of the Big East Conference. Cooper Tires don't give up a thing. Along with Greg Roberts and John Congemi, I'm Dave Sims. Glad you could join us here. Big East football from Miami. There's a Miami look for you. Atta baby.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm sporting that look anytime soon, Dave.
Yeah, I'll look for you in a magazine near me, huh?
Not a family member, as someone said in the truck. Yeah.
3rd down and 11 at the 5-yard line. Exactly 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Miami took that opening drive and went right down the field. They'll tell you they should have had 6, and it's kind of hard to disagree with them.
Yeah, it is.
25-yard Petty field goal has them on top. 3rd down and 11. Hill in motion. Deep drop, Berlin. Throwing and more. Saw it sail over his head, incomplete. Boy, the timing is just not there.
Yeah, and Brock Berlin wanted his wide receiver Ryan Moore to get out of that break a little bit quicker, get his head around. I don't know if the ball would have been able to have been caught on the outside. Looked a little high, but still the timing is just not there.
Brian Monroe's got to be careful. Rutgers blocked the punt last time. Gets this one off. Not a good one. He rushed it. And it's going to roll dead at about the 48-yard line. 43 yards on the punt. And right now let's check in with Greg Roberts.
Hey, Dave, thanks. And this is very important, so I want to get this right. The National Football Foundation and the College Hall of Fame has just honored just 8 Division I football players as their National Scholar Athletes of the Year, and 2 of those 8 happen to be right here on this field this afternoon. Now, this is a very select group, but Nate Jones of Rutgers and Jonathan Vilma of Miami have been named National Scholar Athletes. They're getting it done both on the field and in the classroom. That's the definition of student athlete.
Here, here. Greg, thank you. From the 48, play fake, Hart gets it to Leonard. DJ Williams runs him down quickly. So he crosses the 45 to the 44. Gain of 4 on that play.
Dave, nice call by offensive coordinator Craig Versteeg. Just a long handoff, really, on 1st down. Instead of trying to win the battle in between the tackles, they get Brian Leonard the football with a little bit of space on the short side, get a positive play on 1st down.
Leonard will get a blow right now, and Marcus Faison, 5'9" sophomore from Dillard High School in Fort Lauderdale's in the game. 2nd down and 6 at the 44. 3-0. Miami on top of Rutgers. Hart back to throw again. Darts one in. That's a pick. Antrell Roll, his 2nd pick of the season. Harry has 1 touchdown to his credit. He'll sit down at the 48-yard line. So Hart is picked off. A return of 14 yards. Ron Green makes the tackle. That's the 16th interception of Ryan Hart this season.
Dave, Antrell Roll was looking at the quarterback the entire time. He was just waiting and anticipating cutting in front because number 8, Trez Moses, never feels him on his hip. And terrific anticipation by Antrell Roll, and then just hits the deck about the 48-yard line. But Ryan Hart looking to his right the entire time. Terrific break on the football by the defensive secondary of Miami.
Now Miami from its own 48. 55 seconds to go, first quarter. Payton feels pretty good. Cuts it back in. Nice job. Picks up 9. Brought down by Will Gilkison. And Payton just rumbling straight downhill as you described, John. That's a good-looking run.
Yeah, once he gets going north and south, he's a load. He's a strong back, a big guy is Jared Payton. 6'2", about 215, 8 rushes for 33 yards. But once he gets his shoulder pad level going north and south, look out. He's going to deliver a punch.
From the 43 for Miami. Play fake here, maybe?
Yeah, good chance to go up top right now.
Here's Beard in motion. He's got one-on-one. They run straight up the gut. It breaks for Payton. Looking for a block. He cut it back, and there's a penalty flag, and he set up the clip. He may have set up a clip by cutting back towards Ryan Monroe. A gain of 22 yards. Ryan Moore on the clip could be number 85.
Dave, that's a great run. But if number 30's in the football game, I don't know if he has to make that cut back. He could go the distance with his speed. He has the home run ability, and that's Tyrone Moss. That's one thing that this Miami offense is missing, that big play ability.
Illegal block in the back on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It still results in a first down.
Now, let's not take anything away from Jarrett Payton. Terrific run, but he just doesn't have that extra gear to get by the secondary, that second wave of defenders, and get into the end zone and make easy scores for Miami. That's what they're missing, the easy 4-yard pitch and catch that turns into a 70-yard touchdown, or the when you get into the secondary, taking it to the house.
Ryan Moore, if he just has his hands up, he didn't have to hit the defender because the angle was set up by the cutback. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Miami with a 3-0 lead, and Jarrett Payton putting up some pretty good numbers here in the first quarter. Miami took that opening kickoff. They drove down and got the field goal, and Payton 9 carries for 55 yards in a 3-0 first quarter for Miami. I've left from that cruise ship slip. Nicely done here. Gorgeous scenery here in the Miami area. Want to go for a cruise, take off, and have some fun. ACC, here we come. Yes, Miami will be missed here in the Big East, to be sure. Dave Sims, Greg Roberts, Chad Kinjemi, and crew. Last game of our package for 03, and here's Payton breaking into the second level in a hurry down to the 35, picks up 7. And Jarrett Payton running behind an outstanding offensive line. Nugent makes the tackle as we check out the Ameritrade out-of-town scores. West Virginia on the board at Syracuse. And Ohio State trailing at Michigan. I like Michigan in that game, to be honest with you. And elsewhere in the Big Ten, Purdue leading. SEC, Georgia with the lead. Second down and 3 at the 25. Parrish in motion. They're going to keep it on the ground. Looked like Payton had a chance to break it for a first down, but a very good tackle inside by Jarvis Johnson, the strong safety. Comes up and lays some really a good tackle. He's out of South Dade High School here in Miami.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dave, another South Florida product wanting to play well against his hometown team, and he came up big there. Looked like Payton could bounce it to the outside, and Johnson would have nothing of it. Looks like Miami's trying to get back to that game plan they used a little bit last week in the second half. Pound the football and win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
It's working so far, and let's face it, their quarterback's got a cold hand. Third down and 3 at the 24.
Take a shot here.
That's what they're going to do. Fade. Man is there. Beard. Adjustment. No, sir. Broken up by Nate Jones, the academic All-American and an outstanding performer. Big East Coast Special Teams Player of the Year last season. So a lot of, boy, I tell you what, the Miami fans quite vocal. They're booing Larry Coker's decision to go for the field goal. Petty's having an outstanding year. He hit another field goal today. He's 18 out of 22. This from 41 yards is long of the season, a 44 last week against Syracuse. This from the 44, end over end. Got a chance, and it's good. The redshirt freshman from Clearwater, Florida, gives Miami a 6-0 lead here at the 13:27 mark. Time now for Heisman History. It's brought to you by the award-winning lineup of Suzuki products, all proud presenting sponsors of the Heisman Trophy. And let's revisit to 1992. Gino Torretta edged out Marshall Faulk, led Miami to the national championship game. They lost to Alabama. He had an outstanding run there with 3,000+ yards, 19 touchdowns.
And a lot of those throws were like that last one that Brock Berlin tried to complete on the outside. A lot of passes down the football field, receivers going up and making plays. Gino was a terrific quarterback here at Miami, and get to see him a lot still in South Florida. And Larry Coker on the sidelines trying to find a way to get his offense into the end zone. And after that play, Brock Berlin was talking with the quarterback coach Dan Werner on the sidelines about that audible, trying to see if they could get to a better play or get a better opportunity for that offense on third down.
6 plays, 28 yards, and 228 for the Canes on that last possession. And Derek Crudup is warming up with his helmet on the Miami sideline. Mark Gent kicks it off. And Nate Jones at about the 4, straight up the middle. Got a nice wedge. Nice move. And the kicker slowed him down. He's going to be unhappy with that, but he had a good return of 34 yards. And Rutgers going to start in pretty good position. He was brought down by Marcus Maxey.
Nate Jones had an 81-yard kickoff return for a touchdown earlier this season, but he makes things happen on special teams. And as you said, the kicker just gets in the way and slows him down on special teams. But a lot of people have been flying around on special teams, and another injured Miami player on that play, Weaver, a backup linebacker, limping off the sideline.
Here we go with Rutgers taking over 1st and 10 at its own 38. Wind not too much of a factor. Matter of fact, it's blowing from across the field, coming right at you at home. Leonard taken down by Vilma. Gain of 3 on that play, and Mo Sykes involved in that play as well.
Hey, we talked with Mo Sykes a little bit yesterday. What a nice young man, and he's very simplistic in his beliefs and what he believes this defense can do. That once they see things, that they stick to their plan defensively, they're going to be successful. Last week in the first quarter, they said we had one guy kind of guessing around, not doing his job, and we finally got him to admit it at halftime. They figured it out and really shut Syracuse down running the football.
Did a good job too. Tucker and Moses, top of your screen. Now they go to a pro set backfield with Faison and Leonard. 2nd down at 7 at the 41. Leonard, quick pop, throws it well behind the receiver, Sean Tucker. He never had a chance, did Tucker?
Yeah, sometimes you miss as a quarterback, and that one was wide left by Ryan Hart. Just wanted to get back. Had a wide open Sean Tucker coming in, just a little sit-down route about the hash. He knows that's an easy completion and one he needs to make, so he stays out of these 3rd and long situations.
Hart 3 of 8, 17 yards and an interception thus far. Couple of petty field goals. Miami leading 6-0 here early on in the 2nd quarter. Moses in motion. Miami rushes 4. Hart hangs in, now flushed. Needs to get rid of it and run out of bounds, and he does. And Vince Wolford, check that. That was number 95, Baraka Atkins. Redshirt freshman from Sarasota, chasing him out of bounds. Loss of 4 on that play. 4th down at 11. Back at the 36-yard line. Another 34-yard.
Another great defensive player talking to Brian on the sidelines. That's defensive line coach Greg Mark. Gets those guys getting after the passer with efficiency.
Here's Radigan. See if Miami comes after this one hard. Long count by Rutgers. High snap. Gets into it, turns it over. What a beauty. And that's going to go out of bounds. Boy, he blasted that punt, didn't he?
Yeah,
see where they're going to finally mark it. Into a crosswind down to the 18-yard line. So that's a 48-yard punt, another season high for Radigan. Nicely done. We come back with Miami in the ball, leading 6-0. Welcome back, everybody. 12:17 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Quarterback change for Miami. Derek Crudup is in the game. Brock Berlin, 2 of 8, 14 yards. To start things off, Winslow resets on the right side. Going to run it with Moss. Sheds a tackle. And he could have been ridden down for a loss. He winds up getting positive yardage. He got shoved out of bounds by Eddie Grimes and Jason Nugent. Gain of 8. Boy, there was nothing there. And next thing you know, he had the corner turn.
Tyrone Moss is so strong that he'll break that first tackle. And sometimes as a back, you're going to have to make somebody miss before you get to the line of scrimmage. And that's what Tyrone Moss did. Use his speed and power to the outside, making the first guy miss and making a positive gain out of it.
Second down and 2 at the 26. 12:09 to go here in second quarter. Crudup watch the handoff and winds up getting a first down. Taken down by Eddie Grimes on the far sideline. I think he fully intended to give that ball to Tyrone Moss and picked up 10 yards on the play.
Derek wanted to give it away, but he had no takers in the backfield. So that's what he can do with his ability. That's what Larry Coker likes about Derek's ability of being able to make something out of nothing with his legs. He's got the speed to get to the outside, and Greg Schiano knows him very well. He was on the scout team when he was the defensive coordinator in Miami, and he says, we'll have a plan for both guys, but I know Derek's a brave kid, and he'll let it rip given the opportunity.
Crudup, a junior from Delray Beach, Florida, not too far from here, just north, and straight up the gut they go with Moss. Boy, he runs hard. Across the 40. Looked a little bit like Amon Green on that one. Picked up 5, brought down by Jason Nugent. Let's check in with Greg Roberts again.
Hey, David, we asked Greg Schiano which Miami quarterback he feared the most, and Schiano told us that Derek Crudup required more defense. He said simply, Brock Berlin can't move like Crudup. He should know when Schiano ran Miami's defense, he faced Crudup in the scout team every practice. He says Derek is gutsy, and he'll let it rip.
Second down and 5 at the 41. Thanks, Greg. 11:27 to go. Beard in motion. They're going to stay a steady dive with Mr. Moss. Look at his cut. Look at his speed. Penalty flag. Going to be a couple of holds detected here. Gain of 13 on the play as Moss had a good-looking run to the outside. Devron Thompson finally brought him down.
It seems like every time Miami does something in a positive manner for a big play, they're holding themselves back again with either an offsides or a holding penalty down the football field.
And last possession, Ryan Moore with an illegal block in the back wiped out a 20. Well, didn't wipe all of it out, but wiped out part of a 22-yard run by Payton.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
Again, Miami, the most penalized team in the Big East Conference, backed up to the 40-yard line.
And Larry Coker talking to his wideout Ryan Moore, saying, hey, I like the effort downfield, but keep the hands inside, because he's been caught a couple times down the football field making bad plays, trying to make an aggressive play, which you like, keeping plays alive, but got to keep the hands inside.
Again, Eric Winston has moved back outside to left tackle with Vernon Carey at left guard. Crudup going to throw for the first time. Steps, throws, and he's got Kellen Winslow across the 45, and he's right at first down yardage. In fact, he has it taken out of bounds by Jarvis Johnson. Gain of 6.
Winslow doing
for Miami.
Yeah, Winslow doing an excellent job on the outside. Watch the subtle move right there. Gets in and out of the break well. That's what you like with a tight end or a wide receiver. The head snaps around, and you're able to deliver the football on time. That was a good pitch and catch by quarterback and tight end.
Miami with a couple of field goals today. 25 yards from Petty in the first, 44 from Petty in the second. 6-0 lead here as Beard goes in motion. Up the gut they go with Moss, and a tackle there by Terry Bynes, sophomore from Dillard High School in Fort Lauderdale. It's a good thing he was there too, because that ball was large.
This Miami offensive line, very underrated, and they went back to their original lineup today against Rutgers, because last week they started the game. Joel Rodriguez out of the football game, Eric Winston in a different position, Chris Myers at a different spot. Now they're back, and they get Carlos Joseph back. He's pretty close to 100%, had an ankle problem. So this Miami offensive line is starting to work well together.
From the 50, second down and 7. Crudup going to throw it. Got time. Loading up. Nobody to throw it to. Throws it downfield. Almost picked off. Tried to feed it in to Ryan Moore. Brandon Hall had a better shot at it. Brandon, a senior from Cheverly, Maryland. He had, what, a 4-man pattern on that job?
Yeah, he had 3 going. Streaking down the middle of the field was his tight end, Kellen Winslow. But the one thing you'd like to see, if Derek doesn't have it downfield, do one of 2 things. Throw it way out of bounds so Haw doesn't have a chance to make a play on it, or tuck it and run, because you've got 3 guys going vertically. That opens up a lot of running lanes on the inside.
Parrish goes to the far side, top of your screen. Here's Quadrant Hill resetting. Oh, the counter trey got wiped out by Will Gilkison. Good play. They lose a couple on that one. Will Gilkison blitzing takes out Tyrone Moss.
Dave, we talked about third down situations and Greg Schiano wanting to get Miami in 3rd and long so he can unveil that blitz package and the aggressive package that they have. And Gilkison comes in, only a sophomore linebacker, came into the game with 68 total tackles, has speed and toughness to his game.
Ryan Monroe, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, punting again. Left footer, gets it down there. Main tackle 3-1. Trez Moses on the return. Returns it the 39-yard punt. He returns it to close to the 30-yard line. A return of 17 yards. Timeout on the field, 6-0 Miami, but Rutgers getting the ball back at the 9:17 mark. Miami by 6 over Rutgers here in the 2nd quarter, and our aerial shots courtesy of Goodyear, who would like to remind you to take all of life's journeys on the wings of Goodyear. Glad to have the blimp down here on a glorious South Florida day. If you're Rutgers, Jimmy, if you're on that offensive side of things, you got to get something going here. Their defense is holding you in. The Miami quarterback situation is such that they're not overwhelming anybody.
Yeah, well, they can't make the mistakes they've been making and really get continuity in the offense. They have to make the easy pitch and catch and try to get a little bit out of the running game, a little bit more than they have.
They're going to go to the run game here. Boy, did it get stacked up. Again, another stout performance by Miami against the run. Most Sykes, the strong safety, came up. He helped blow that play up. Vince Wolfrick, though, he was the instigator. There was nowhere to run.
Well, on the flip side of that, Dave, if you're Miami, they lead the league and they're number 11 in the country in scoring defense. So the Hurricanes have to try to force a turnover and try to make it easier on their offense to get in the end zone.
2nd down and 9 at the 27. Ryan Hart had a great day last week, 18 of 24, 234 against BC, but a little slower start here today. Ishmael Medley and his fullback. Here comes the blitz. They run right at it, and Leonard broke 1 tackle, is able to get to the 31-yard line, picks up 4. So a 3rd down and 5 coming up from the 31 as we check the Ameritrade scores, and a lot of numbers being put up in Syracuse. 14-10 Orangemen over the Mountaineers, and Greg Roberts has more on that game.
Hey, Dave, I'm tracking that big game in the Carrier Dome, and Syracuse just got a 56-yard punt return for a touchdown by Marcus Clayton. Syracuse was down, and now they're up 14-10. That ball game's in the 2nd quarter. Again, Syracuse leading West Virginia 14-10 in the 2nd quarter. All
right, Greg, thanks. Daniels, top of your screen. Here's Sean Tucker in motion. Miami showing blitz. They bring everybody. Hart hangs in, got a wide open Tucker. Tucker at the 40-45. Bang down hard. 1st down, Rutgers. Knocked out of bounds by Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor is going to be playing on Sundays. He's 6'3", 230, a junior. The free safety, a gain of 16.
Well, Dave, what's been impressive about Ryan Hart is his ability to hang in the pocket and the timing, the clock in his head. He knows Miami's bringing pressure, has to get rid of it fast on the outside, and he delivers it to Sean Tucker with great timing. And what a blow-up play on the outside by Sean Taylor. As you said, Sundays will come very soon for this young man.
Sean, you want to go in that neighborhood again?
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 47. Rutgers down 6-0. Hart, a flyer down the sideline. Tucker broken up. Antrell Roll. What a good-looking group of secondary performers here. Roll and Marshall at the corners. Taylor and Sykes, the safeties.
Great catch-up speed by Antrell Roll. Looked like Sean Tucker may have had a step if this ball's thrown a little bit further, but great leaping ability. And we talked with Mo Sykes yesterday. We said not only are these guys big guys, they're all 6'3", 6'1", 6'2", but their verticals are all over 40. So you're going to have to throw the football down the field and then fight the defensive back if you're Rutgers up in the air for the football.
Willie Foster, number 84, top of your screen, Central High School out of Miami. 2nd down at 10 at the 47. Blitz coming again. They run right at it, and he gets stacked up. Absolutely nada. Vince Wolfrick holding the ground right in the middle. Gain of 1. 3rd down and 9 coming up. Glad you could join us for Big East football. We're at the Orange Bowl in Miami. 6-0 Canes. A couple of petty field goals. 25 yards in the first, 44 in the second. Rutgers hasn't really mounted much of an offensive threat here. The quarterback situation for Miami still not up to their usual standards. Berlin started ineffective. Crutica's come in for a series. He hasn't blown anybody away either. Double wide receivers both sides here for Rutgers. 3rd down and 9 at the 48. Miami rushes 4, drops everybody else. Hart throws underneath. He's got Daniels. Daniels running east-west instead of north-south. May have cost him a first down.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
by Alfonso Marshall.
Dave, you're exactly right. I think he's going to be short by about a half a yard. If Daniels takes that football and goes north-south, he may have enough for the first down. Good job by Hart just dumping the football right there. Go and attack. Split the defenders. If you have 2 defenders coming at you, try to split the defenders, and they may shoot you towards a first down. But Daniels that time decides to go to his left and comes up short.
Brannigan having a good day. His last one a 48. One before that was a 46-yarder. Roscoe Parrish deep to receive. Gets a good snap. He's going to throw it. How about this? Got a man down there. The adjustment. Daniels is there. And it's caught. Penalty flags as well. If the penalty's against Miami, it's going to be a first down for Rutgers, and a gutsy play called by Greg Schiano and his staff.
Terrific play called by Greg Schiano, and that really looked like it was a nothing play. I didn't think that Rutgers would come up with the catch because it was well defended.
Pass interference on the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
20 yards on the pickup, and Rutgers now 4 out of 11 on 4th down conversions.
Well, great opportunity to call the play, and a good adjustment to the football by Daniels. On the last play, he didn't go north and south and made a mistake, but on that play, put his body in between the ball and the defender, and the defender has to get pass interference to try to get to the football. Just a great play on the outside. Alfonso Marshall gets called for the penalty.
7th play of this drive, which began at the 26. Play fake. Pilch, the tight end, was running deep. They throw it short to Leonard. Nothing doing, says D.J. Williams. D.J. Williams, you can see why he was an All-American fullback. Time now for the Hyundai Cool Facts of the game. And those cool facts today would be the combined 21 players from Miami and Rutgers University attending high schools in Florida together. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. There's so much talent in South Florida when you take in consideration Dade County, Broward, and West Palm Beach that there's enough to go around to supply the entire country.
Greg Schiano taking advantage of his familiarity being down here.
Now, we asked him about that on the conference call earlier this week, Dave, about what a good showing would do to get more kids to come up. And he said, yeah, that, and when they come back to South Florida, they know that they're going to be taken care of when they go to Rutgers University. And they have a great staff in place, and they're on the right track.
9th play of this drive coming up. Cedric Brown, junior fullback, is in there now. And Marcus Faison, the sophomore from Dillard High School, Fort Lauderdale, is the tailback.
It really hurts Rutgers that Harrison has been out the last couple of weeks, as we saw him early in the season, Dave, and he really spells Brian Leonard and takes the load off of that running game that has been thrown to Brian Leonard today.
The chains are broken on the far side. That's why we had some problems. They're delaying the game. 2nd down and 11 at the 25. Pilch in motion. A blitz coming. Faison looking for room. Finds it. Breaks it to the 2nd level. Takes it down to the 19-yard line. Picks up 6. Nice run and brought down by Roger McIntosh, the sophomore from Gaffney, North Carolina. He's number 50 for Miami.
That's some tough running in between the tackles by Faison. Made himself small a little bit, hit behind that offensive line, and then he shoots through the hole. Good pickup on 2nd down and puts Rutgers in a nice situation on 3rd down, but you'd love to see somebody catching the football streaking towards the goal line here for Rutgers on 3rd down.
Moses and Tucker at the top of your screen. Faison and Daniels at the bottom. 3rd down and 5 at the 19-yard line. Hart looks left, throws left, and he's got a man. That's Moses, and Moses puts his head down, gets the first down. They had the first down on the catch, and he picked up a few more yards. Gain of 8. Kelly Jennings brings him down.
Ryan Hart's been very successful in this offense of catching the football, getting to his first read, and delivering the football on time. Good job of hanging on to the ball by Trez Moses. Sean Taylor going for the strip. Now Rutgers knocking on the door at the 11-yard line.
You know, it's one of the stat that's sort of scary. It's hard to believe given recent history. Rutgers is the 3rd highest scoring team in the league behind Virginia Tech and Pittsburgh. 1st and 10. They give it to Leonard, cutting back into some speed. That's not going to work. Not going to work as Baraka Atkins, a redshirt freshman, is there to make the stop. Atkins having an outstanding year. 3 forced fumbles. 3rd in the Big East to Graham. Wiley and Coles of Virginia Tech in that category.
Yeah, Atkins there along with Thomas Carroll, number 90, who's in the football game at defensive end, one of the starters for Miami. They've been injured up front, but a lot of those guys have had extended playing time, and they've really come into their own. A lot of youth served on that defensive front.
Marcus Daniels, a 6'2" wide receiver. He's going to be at the top of your screen. Here's Ray Pilch in motion. Second down and 11 at the 12. Play fake. Hart flushed. He's in trouble. Down he goes on the sack. Taken back at the 19-yard line. Pretty good job by Javon Nanton, sophomore from Miami Springs High School, his 4th sack this season.
Nanton getting in and causing some havoc in that Rutgers offensive backfield. Nobody covered. Great coverage sack by the Miami secondary and linebackers. Everybody in position, and then the guys up front relentless with pressure. Greg Schiano on the sideline saying, you know, during this timeout, it's okay. It was a good play by you not forcing the football. Maybe try to throw it away, but that was a good decision on a no throw that time by Ryan Hart.
Take a timeout here at the 3:28 mark. Greg Schiano and Rutgers, they want 6 and the extra point here to take the lead here at the 3:28 mark. We'll take a break. Come back to you in Miami in a moment. 6-0 Miami over Rutgers. And time now for a look at the Volvo Big East leaders. And we're going to take a look at that Miami defense. They lead the league in a bunch of categories, and big ones too. Total D, scoring D, pass defense, and pass defense efficiency.
Yeah, how about that bottom number? Miami shuts the door on their opponents, and they're looking to try to shut Rutgers out right now. Rutgers in great scoring position, but a long third down play here.
3rd and 17 at the 18, 13th play, 56 yards on the drive so far. Hart fires in, throws short, penalty flags. Trez Moses makes the catch. Takes it to the 15, brought down by DJ Williams. Gain of just 3. Rutgers coming into today's game in the red zone, 33 out of 41 with 23 touchdowns and 10 field goals.
I wouldn't be surprised if Miami takes this penalty if it's a holding call with their defensive confidence and make the field goal opportunity if they happen to miss on third down a little bit longer.
Sure.
Rutgers has not threatened Miami's defense vertically down the football field, so they've been running a lot of short crossing routes. It doesn't bode well for 3rd and long.
The hold is against Rutgers. Here's the call.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat 3rd down.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 27 from the 28. Ball's at the 28-yard line.
That may change Rutgers' thinking on 3rd down, maybe to a screen or a draw play to try to get some of that yardage back to be able to get in and get on the scoreboard at 6-3, because they have not been able to have the time enough to get the football down the field. A lot of pressure from Miami's front 4.
Well, their field goal kicker Ryan Sands is second to Petty in the Big East Conference. Let's see if they take a shot in the end zone. Sands as long as a 49, deep drop. Hart is flush, throws, almost intercepted. Mo Sykes got his hands on it. Would have been his 2nd of the season.
Ryan trying to get the football down the field, as you said, Dave, to Clark Harris, the backup tight end, just thrown behind him. Greg Schiano talking about, hey, no turnovers down here. Let's give ourselves an opportunity to get on the scoreboard.
46-yard attempt coming up from Ryan Sands, a senior from Shenandoah, Pennsylvania. Ted Trump, the holder. Snap is good. Here's the kick. Low liner. Doesn't look long enough, and it's not. It's short and wide to the right. And that wind coming from left to right across the Rutgers side of the field really had an effect on that one. 6-0. 13th ranked Miami in front here. 2:34 to go, first half.
Bowl in Miami. Rutgers hanging tough with the Hurricanes. Canes in front 6-0 as we're closing in on the half. Welcome back, everybody. Greg Roberts with you. And check out the other scores around the Big East. It is going back and forth at the Carrier Dome. West Virginia going back on top. Its quarterback Rasheed Marshall hooks up with Torrey Johnson on a 4-yard touchdown. So the Mountaineers back in front of Syracuse, 17-14. They're closing in on the half as well. David?
All right, Greg, thank you very much. Brock Berlin back in the game. 2 for 8, 14 yards passing. They're from the shotgun. The wind is at their back. That last field goal, the wind's been changing a couple of times. That was into a stiff wind. And poorly thrown is Winslow. Look at his body language. He's not happy. Not a good throw.
Yeah, but if you're Kellen Winslow, you can't give that body language back to your quarterback because he's got enough problems of his own trying to move this offense. Hey, get back to the huddle and get ready to play on second down. We know you're a talented receiver, but don't show everybody that's in the Orange Bowl your displeasure with the throw.
That was an easy read here, too. Well, I'll tell you what. Second down at 10 at the 28. He made no
bones about it.
No,
yeah.
He wasn't trying to hide anything. But Rutgers, they go 14 plays, 46 yards, almost 7 minutes, and get nothing. Gathers, first touch by him, and that's going nowhere. Jason Gathers, senior from Delray Beach, brought down by Will, make that Alfred Peterson, number 92.
Yeah, Jason primarily used as a third down back, and a nice play by Peterson up front.
Rutgers calls a timeout. Both clubs can stop it 2 more times. Right now we take a look at the current BCS standings, brought to you by Allstate. Good hands make all the difference. Oklahoma on top. Ohio State, though, getting run out of the big house by 2 scores in the last report we had. That'll be great news in Los Angeles, where Southern Cal takes on UCLA later on this afternoon. But LSU in pretty good position, too. They play good Mississippi team today.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game later on today. Ole Miss trying to get into the mix and keep LSU from climbing the ladder. But is anybody in the class of Oklahoma? I've seen them a couple times, and looks like on all 3 phases of the game, and you throw in the coaching as well. Pretty tough to beat.
Yeah, they're a very good-looking ball club. Right now, had to throw money down, I'd say the best team in terms of having a shot, should they prevail today, would be Southern Cal.
Yeah, with their team speed, you know, and they've got a quarterback and a wide receiver that can make things happen. So, and a defense, you know, I think that defense, they were talked about a lot early, but that SC defense can really run to the football.
Pete Carroll.
That's his side, yeah.
He's getting it done. Recruiting has been outstanding. He's got Norm Chow running the offense. Matt Leonard is probably playing better than Palmer did last year.
Yeah, you're right.
Carson Palmer winning that Heisman Trophy last year. Now with the Cincinnati Bengals, who you can put in the same sentence with playoffs. Can you believe that?
No.
It's 3rd and 10 at the 28 from Miami. Leading 6-0 Rutgers with 3 down linemen. And I'll bring them back. Berlin flush, throws to Gathers. Gathers gets out of bounds, short of a first down by about 4 or 5 yards. So that's going to bring on a punt and bring some booze to Derek Roberson. Ran him out of bounds.
You have to credit that defensive secondary for Rutgers. Nobody open on 3rd down for Miami, and they had everybody covered down fairly well. Good job by Berlin just to find something, and he found Jason Gathers short of a first down. And credit that Rutgers team right now. They've got some momentum on their side. They were down in scoring position, missed the field goal, but they'll get it back with 2:07 left.
Ryan Monroe to punt again. Wind sort of knocked that one down a little bit. It takes a Rutgers bounce back upfield. Way back upfield before they downed it. They lost about 7 yards on that play. Did the Canes. 26 yards on the punt. Couldn't get that one to turn over in the wind. The wind is just doing a number out there.
Dave, you get the feeling that Miami's sense of urgency just isn't there like it was a little bit in the first half last week when we did the Syracuse game. I don't know if they're playing at the same level as Rutgers, but they're not getting themselves up, and that was the one thing they were concerned about, and Larry Coker was concerned about. Let's worry about what we do offensively, defensively, and special teams, and not play to our opponents, and they're not doing it right now.
And Miami's got to burn a timeout because they had a defender running on the field. Brandon Merriweather was running on the field, and Sean Taylor a little bit perturbed down there as they work on getting everything together. Mark Stoops down there talking to the DBs.
Here you get a shot of that wind, Dave, coming out of the open end of the OB, out of the east, and it's really picked up and knocking us around up here in the booth as well.
Yeah, it's too early for hurricane season, isn't it?
Well, it's actually over.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, yeah. Those are the two guys on the sidelines that need to get it done. And
take a look at the Heisman update. Larry Fitzgerald, certainly a prime candidate. Understatement. Look at some of these catches. He's going to get a lot of votes, and so is this guy. Jason White, the quarterback at Oklahoma, coming back off of knee injuries the last couple of years. One on the left, one on the right. He's been fabulous all year.
Yeah, two schools of thought on the Heisman. Do you pick the best player in the country on the best team that's undefeated, or do you pick the best player in the country on a 3-loss team? You know, both of those guys have put up the numbers to really at their positions and lead their team to where they are. But, you know, who do you pick and who's done a better job? It's a toss-up in my opinion.
It's going to be a close vote. That's about the only thing I'll predict right now. It's going to be a close vote. Rutgers going to a spread again. 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing into the wind. Phasing, tripped up, knifing in from the corner. Antrell Roll makes the tackle with help from Kareem Brown. Roll got in there on the blitz and slowed him up. 2-minute offense in play here for Rutgers. No gain on that play. They call it a gain of 1. Beg your pardon. From the 42, they throw underneath. Tucker on the second try makes the catch. Runs ahead, picks up the first down. First down, Rutgers. They'll get a clock stoppage with 1:28 to go. Gain of 11.
Great concentration.
Marshall.
Dave, great concentration by Sean Tucker going over the middle. You'd like to say catch it the first time it gets to you, especially with orange jerseys flying all over the football field. Takes a shot by Merriweather there.
On the 48, pretty good protection. They throw short again. Leonard got hit by Wolford. But look at the leg strength of Leonard as he carried Vince Wolford. I'm telling you, folks, Wolford goes 350 and change easy. And that was a 9-yard pickup.
At that time, double wide went for a ride towards his own goal line.
Advance the ball to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 1. Rutgers down 6-0 here late in the first half, and a throwaway as Tucker had a step on his defender, but Hart couldn't fit it in there. He'll live for another play, stopping the clock with 55 seconds to go.
Yeah, Rutgers with 2 timeouts remaining, plenty of time with 55 seconds left to go, and Greg Schiano on the sidelines trying to get something here on a 3rd and short. That was good effort by Ryan Hart to elude the pressure. He had someone on the outside, just didn't throw the football as effectively as he would have liked on the day. 67 yards on 9 completions, just 1 turnover on the afternoon.
Hart having a great year. 6th in Big East pass efficiency, 2nd in yards per game, and 2nd in total offense. Big play here, 3rd down and 1. Well, he's hunkered down low there, and he turns and gives the facing straight up the middle. That's good for a first down for Rutgers. And they're going to mark it at the 36-yard line. Brought down by Jonathan Vilma, the All-American middle linebacker. Clock running at 49 as they actually got the stoppage on the first down. 1st and 10 from the 37. Hart, deep drop, nothing doing. Opens up in the middle for him, and he slides down. Prudent move at the 30, picks up 7. So another timeout, the final timeout called by the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Time now for a look at an Army of One, brought to you by the United States Army. And we harken back to the '87 campaign. Miami National Championship Ball Club, their 2nd of 5. Jimmy Johnson, how about them Canes? And look at the guys on the staff who went on to pro jobs. Dave Campo, Coach Davis, Dave Wanstead.
Yeah, they had an army of coaches on that team as well. Campo and Davis. Campo going into Dallas and becoming the head coach now with the Cleveland Browns as Butch Davis is defensive coordinator. But those national championships, 5 of them since '83, this has been a dominant program and a dominant defense as well as a high prolific scoring offense. And a lot of streaks ended this year with Miami. Talking about the 58-game home winning streak. A lot of those streaks ended in Blacksburg.
Obviously, it's important for Rutgers to get a score, preferably a touchdown. Boy, that could go a long way. They'd hate to have a repeat of last year. Remember, they were up, could have been up 24-7, 24-8. They need a touchdown.
Well, Ryan Hart's doing what he needs to do in that quarterback position. He's already thrown for more yards as a sophomore than any quarterback in Rutgers history, and he only needed 140 to move up on that single season list.
Closing in on 9 of 17, 67 yards and an interception. Second down and 3 at the 30. The first guy wasn't there, running for his life now, and he feeds it into Tucker, gets bumped out of bounds. At about the 26-yard line, Kelly Jennings took him out of bounds. Stops the clock with 29 seconds to go.
Hart showing no effect of that knee injury. He took every snap in practice this week, did Greg Schiano. And he's moving around the pocket well and getting out of pressure very well today, especially going to his right, which is easier for a right-hander, but still you have to do it against a very fast and physical Miami defense, like his movement today, Dave.
That was a first down operation, John, so we get a 1st and 10 at the 26. The wind is against Rutgers, but they're closing down on the field here, so they can take a shot at some point here. We've got Moses and Tucker, top of your screen. Daniels at the bottom. Daniels can't get free. He was trying to run an up and out, and nice job by Hart to throw it away. Daniels got jammed big time at the line. Never got a chance to get free.
Yeah, credit Kelly Jennings, the cornerback to the short side of the field for Miami, doing a nice job of controlling the wide receiver. Never let him off the line of scrimmage.
That is some outstanding defense by the Miami Hurricanes. Big East football here in Miami today. 6-0 Canes. A couple of field goals by John Petty. Nice play here for Rutgers. Second down and 10 at the 26, going into pretty stiff wind at the opened end of the Orange Bowl.
I'd like to see an under route by the tailback here.
Protection decent. Underneath indeed. Looking to get out of bounds as Leonard cuts it up. Still going for out of bounds. Nice job. And he picked up the first down as well. Savvy play. Mo Sykes with the tackle. Gain of 14 by Brian Leonard.
Well, I'm glad I'm wired into Ryan Hart, because he was thinking along the lines as me. Just make it easier on yourself. Instead of getting it to the wideout, just dump it underneath to Brian Leonard. And look at the effort to get out of bounds and get the first down by the running back, the redshirt freshman running back.
That's an outstanding play. Time and situation. We see it all the time where guys don't adhere to that. And he got the job done this time.
We talked about him at the open being multi-purpose. He can block, he can run it, and he can catch it out of the backfield.
14 seconds to go. Both teams can stop it with a timeout. Double wide situation. Hart flushed. Holding going to be caught. I saw it. And throw it down to Moses. Nothing doing. Kelly Jennings covering. But I tell you what, there was a hold if there ever was one. My goodness. On that left defensive side, I think it was Baraka Atkins got held.
Well, you know what, Dave? We can complain, but Randy Shannon coaches his players up front. When we talked to him yesterday, if there's no flag, I don't want to see anybody holding their shirts and holding that I was held. If there's no flag, there's no penalty.
Actually, it was Alton Wright.
But it was blatant.
He got locked up. 30-yard attempt coming here from Sands. Having a good year. Trump with the placement. Here's the kick. It's up into the wind, and it's good. So the Rutgers, a 30-yard field goal. And they get on the board. Ryan Sands, now 11 out of 18 on the season. And it's a 6-3 ball game. You know, Rutgers putting up a good show today. Did the same thing last November 2. We were there. Jason Nugent is going to block this punt. Sean Seabrooks recovers. Rutgers takes a 17-8 lead second quarter. But trailing by 3 going into the fourth, Miami explodes. Andre Johnson takes his TD pass, first of 4 scores in that fourth quarter. And Miami goes away with a 42-17 lead. But the key play was the Nate Jones 100-yard interception return that was called back. And that was a nickel-dimer, as Bill Raftery would say.
That's right.
Rutgers, in its last 2 outings, has shown marked improvement, leading going into the fourth quarter. They lost to BC last week. That was a heartbreak, one of several. Lost 35-25.
Well, last year when Rutgers put up such a struggle and such a fight against Miami at home, they really had that game the way they wanted it. If that turnover, that interception is not called and the penalty isn't called, you know, they're going to go to the house with a fourth quarter with that game. And Merriweather goes off, was hurt on that third down play for Miami in the secondary. They've been banged up on defense, mostly in the defensive front, but they've had some nicks and bruises in that secondary. Sean Taylor still not 100%, hurting that shoulder a few weeks ago.
Cortez going to kick it off. Got to believe with 3 seconds to go, he's going to kick it low and kicks a pooch. DJ Williams, fair catch. Smart move there at the 28-yard line. Good hands, people, all in the game for that one. That Rutgers scoring drive, 11 plays, 48 yards in 1:54. And how about the time of possession? It's almost a push.
Yeah, Miami's got to try to figure this out at halftime because their offense has really not been able to establish any type of rhythm. And credit Greg Schiano and that defense. They've done an excellent job of coming up with answers to shut Miami down.
Crudup is back in at quarterback. And he'll take a knee. That's going to do it for the first half. And I guess Miami folks wanted to see him take a shot deep here. 6-3. Rutgers hanging around here, trailing the 13th ranked Miami Hurricanes. And Greg Roberts standing by with Larry Coker.
Larry, a 6-3 ball game at the half. Feel like your team's lacking intensity today?
I don't think we're lacking intensity. We're just making some mistakes, and I think we had some opportunities. And we just got to score some touchdowns. You know, the guys are doing some good things. We're playing pretty good defense, but you got to put the ball in the end zone.
What's most frustrating for you at this point?
Well, again, I think we're just too inefficient on offense right now. We've made some plays, but not the consistency we've got to have.
Thank you, Coach. We'll see you in the second half. David, back to you.
All right, Greg, thank you. And boy, Larry hit it right on the head. That's the same thing he talked about yesterday. It's all about efficiency. Get in the end zone. Miami 6-3, battle of field goals against Rutgers. Greg Roberts back with more of our halftime festivities from the Orange Bowl right after these messages. 13th ranked Miami in a struggle. You heard it right, in a struggle against Rutgers here at halftime at the Orange Bowl. Glad you could return to us. Dave Sims and John Kinjemi, and Larry Coker's job as Miami coach. Who does he choose from? I mean, both quarterbacks have been ineffective and wildly ineffective.
Well, he can go down the line on that offense. Don't limit yourself to the quarterback. Go to the offensive line, go to the wide receivers, because everybody shares right there. A missed block up front. It forces Brock Berlin to throw the football out of bounds. A high throw over the middle, almost picked off in the Rutgers secondary. Then he goes to the outside. He's hit by Berkeley Hutchinson. Very effective defense Rutgers have shown in the first half. High and outside to Winslow, and then low and outside to Winslow. But the bad thing is no one else is picking up the slack. It goes from the coaching all the way down to the running backs, and they've got to find a way to get it done.
Saw first half stats. They are ugly. The most significant thing, I guess, a push on the time of possession. Berlin, by the way, 3 of 10, 20 yards, and no interceptions. Crudup 1 for 2 in passing. Ryan Hart, 11 of 21 with an interception. The best passer today, the punter for Rutgers, Joe Radigan, 1 for 1, 20 yards on a big 4th down play. We kick it off. Second half. When we come back, Rutgers will have the ball in this 6-3 Miami lead. Moments away from starting the second half. Fabulous, gorgeous, spectacular even the scenery here in South Florida. Canes lead Rutgers 6-3 in a glorious day for football here in Miami. And let's rejoin Greg Roberts.
Hey, David, I just spoke with Rutgers head coach Greg Schiano. He says he's very proud of his kids. They're playing hard. He says we cannot match Miami's athleticism. We must match and then exceed their intensity, and that we have to be very smart. He says he's concerned about the heat here in Miami, and he's challenged his players not to fade in the second half. He also said that they must keep it a low-scoring contest if they hope to have any chance of beating Miami. And, guys, a low-scoring contest is exactly what we have.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. I know back up in the New Jersey area, the temperatures have been decent for certainly not Miami-like, but they've been in the 60s, high 50s. Here's Petty with the kick. And it drives Nate Jones into the end zone. He'll keep it right there. And Rutgers will take over at its own 20. Rutgers with points on the board here in the Orange Bowl for the first time since '97, and look at what they've done in the fourth quarter. They have faded, of course, in the UConn game. It's just a freak happening. Nate Jones was, Trez Moses trying to get out of the way of a punt. It bounced. They've got a piece of them. They recover. UConn does and runs it in for the winning touchdown in the final seconds. It was a tie ball game. They run it in for win and just a smashing blow. Play fake here by Hart. Gets it outside to his tight end, who breaks a tackle, and he gets it to Clark Harris, a sophomore from Manahawkin, New Jersey. And he was brought down by Mo Sykes and Jonathan Vilma. And that advancement, 7 yards.
He had a good play to come out and start the second half of this football game. Get your quarterback involved, get your tight end involved, and Clark Harris, easy pitch and catch to the outside. And Miami's going to have to do something defensively or on special teams to score points in the second half because the offense has not been able to do anything.
Rutgers going into the wind here at the Orange Bowl. Facing, trying to get outside. Does well to get one. Darryl McClover, the senior from Coconut Creek, Florida, number 49 on the tackle. They're going to call it no gain on that play, so 3rd down and 2. All still at the 28.
Well, Miami can turn up the energy in this Orange Bowl if they can force Rutgers on the first possession of the third quarter, 3 and out. And that's what this crowd wants to do. Get back in this football game. Get some enthusiasm going on this Miami sideline.
3rd down and 2. Tucker at the top of your screen. That's Pilch in motion. They run Leonard, and Vilma stopped him, but I think Leonard got the first down. That's some serious strength by Jonathan Vilma, because Leonard was bringing it pretty good coming through the hole. Jonathan Vilma, let's try that again, Bednarik Award candidate, top defensive player, also Butkus Award candidate, with Derek Johnson and Teddy Lehman, up for multiple awards today. And that was a first down. Hart looking for the swing pass, throws short, gets it to Tucker. And he's shut down quickly by D.J. Williams. And that progress only to about the 33-yard line, pick up a 3.
I think what Ryan Hart's learning against Miami, you know, he made his first career start last year against Miami. From last year to this year, when things open up, you have to take it right away. You don't have time against a Miami defense to say, well, maybe I'll take a look at my second read and come back if it's there. When it's there, you have to take it, because when you come back, it's either going to be intercepted or incomplete.
2nd down play. 2nd down and 8. They run facing, looking for something. Fights his way to the 35, picks up 2. Not a lot there. Baraka Atkins has been very active. While this offense for Miami has not been an award winner, the defense doing the job. 3rd nationally and 11th in scoring defense. And you got an injured player, injured Rutgers performer on the ground. Rutgers looking at a 3rd down and long. And left leg being tended to. Mike Williamson, the left tackle, the senior out of Barnegat, New Jersey.
We haven't mentioned the offensive line, and you hate to do it with an injury, but these guys have done a pretty good job creating creases for Brian Leonard and Marcus Faison, and a lot of nice protection for Ryan Hart. Ryan's been able to elude a lot of the pressure when he's had it up the middle, but they've done a nice job against an aggressive and tough Miami defense who leads a lot of categories, not only in the Big East, but nationally.
6-3 Miami as we check out the Ameritrade scoreboard. Michigan, boy, delirium reigns at the Big House today. 28-7, 3rd quarter. Good for John Navarre. He's going to finally get that off the schneid and finally beat Ohio State.
Yeah, I think he would have been the first Michigan quarterback to go 3 straight losses.
Good for him.
Yeah, 28-7. They're probably still standing at Michigan Stadium.
Tell you what, it'll be amazing if anybody has any throat power left after screaming through that one. Maybe the best rivalry in college football, Michigan and Ohio State. Pretty good game here. Miami 6-3 over Rutgers as they attend to Mike Williams. Rutgers looks at a 4-man front. He's throwing into a breeze here at the Orange Bowl. Hart flushed, sacked, lost the ball at the 31. He recovered. They did that with a 4-man rush, although I think that DJ Williams did do a loop job on the outside. Here it is.
Javon Nanton coming from the outside, top of your screen, just a little bit of a game, comes back to the inside and beats the tackle on, actually the guard, Rich McManus, number 77. Nanton has great speed from the inside. That time comes from the outside in.
Roscoe Parrish, second only to Antrell Roll in punt returns. Back to get this punt from Raddick. They got it! They're all over it. It's picked up. Miami's got it inside the 20. Marcus Maxey recovers. The block by Darryl McClover, number 49.
Well, Dave, we talked about the defense or special teams are going to have to start it up for Miami. Just an onslaught of people coming up the middle, and McClover, number 49, you called it, Dave, the first man there. Looked like Maxey picks up the block kick, taking it right off of the foot of the punter. Miami instant field position at the 18-yard line.
11:47 to go here in the third. Miami up 6-3. Petty with a field goal in the first and second quarter. And keep it on the ground. Payton trying to break through traffic and deny. Nothing doing there. Alfred Peterson stopped that play. And you can hear the restless Miami crowd here. Only up 6-3 on Rutgers, second year in a row. They've not put away Rutgers through the first, first 34 minutes.
Well, if you're Miami, Dave, right now, I want to go to my playmaker, and he's wearing number 81. I want to try to get him the football. Only one touchdown on the season. Try to make it 2 down in close.
1 yard gain on that last play. In the end zone running free, tight end. He's got it. That's Kevin Everett, his second touchdown of the season. And Miami extends to a 12-3 lead. 17 yards on the hookup. Brock Berlin gets it done here. His 10th TD throw this season. And only the 4th offensive touchdown in the last 15 quarters for Miami. You talk about a struggle. Here's Petty for the point after. And it's good. So the block punt is converted into 7 points by the Canes. Berlin gets back in really good shape. Play fake to Payton, and he's wide open. Everett in the end zone for 6. And the Canes lead by 10. First shot of the Orange Bowl, 13th ranked Miami at home leading against Rutgers, and they just converted a block punt into points. 13-3 Canes as Everett takes a TD pass from Brock Berlin. Maybe that defense will really start bringing some noise now. Here's Jones. Going to take the kickoff at about the 4. Oh, he got hit up high. With face mask call, no sir. Boy, he got hit very high by Carl Walker. Was flying on that in a return to 13 yards.
Dave, I think special teams have really motivated this Miami bunch. In the touchdown play last series, Brandon Haw, 24, running with Kellen Winslow, but also number 20 widens as Jarvis Johnson leaves the middle of the field wide open for Kevin Everett to get his hands on the football and get into the end zone. Nice throw and catch. That time by Brock Berlin. He had good timing, had his tight end wide open down the middle, and delivers for the score.
From the 18-yard line, the Rutgers will put it in play. They're going to go shotgun. They bring Tucker in motion. Ball's on the ground, and so is Hart. Down he goes. Nanton got him. Bad snap. I don't know what happened if Hart was not looking or it was just a horrible snap, but ball was on the ground and he recovered, and they lose yardage back to the 9-yard line.
Dave, I think the snap was to his left, and he tried to go back with the football, thought he could do both, and then he looks up and Javon Nanton right in his face, and things are going not as according to Greg Schiano's plan in the second half, but are going to script. This is what Rutgers has done in the second half against Miami.
Ball's back at the 9-yard line after a 9-yard loss. And now that play's stopped. And this is where Miami can really hurt you. Rutgers saw this happen last year in the fourth quarter when it got away from them.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, penalty is half the distance to the goal. It remains second down.
Now Greg Schiano's club's got to maintain its composure. Easier said than done.
Yeah, especially down inside of the 5-yard line in that west end zone. They can get very loud, even though it's not a full house today. That end zone gets very loud, and with this Miami defense turning it up a notch, it's going to be even tougher for Ryan Hart and company.
D-line, Wolfwork and company really fired up. They run it right side. They run right over Wolfwork. With Faison, not a heck of a lot there. Mo Sykes stopped them as the advancement to the 6-yard line, gain of 2. Well, they got a long way to go. Half the turnpike, 3rd and 22 here. Rutgers needs a big play again. They're throwing into the wind, and Leonard comes out of the game.
Yeah, your playmaker that has done it running and throwing and catching the football out of the game here, so you're going to have to get it in the hands of the wide receivers.
5 for 11 on 3rd down. That's what Rutgers has put up today. Keep it on the ground. Faison had no chance. He had no chance. He was slowing down as he got the ball, and Wolfric brought him to a complete stop. Faison was looking for somewhere to cut.
Prior
There's
to
no
the
running
snap,
room.
delay of game on the offense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. It remains 3rd down.
Here's one of those poise kind of situation again for Rutgers. They had a false start 2 plays ago, now a delay game.
Well, they had personnel problems on that 3rd down. It looked like half the offense was on the field, half was off. So it got Ryan Hart started a little bit later than he would have liked. But this offensive line needs to at least protect him on 3rd down here. Looks like they're going to run it again, Dave.
3rd down and 23 at the 4-yard line. Miami defense coming way up. Here's the run. They run left side. It's blown up. Vilma there. DJ Williams is there as well. So Rutgers going to have to bring on the punt team, and they don't have good feelings about that last outing.
No, especially after just what happened. McGlover gets in, blocks the punt, and then the easy touchdown, Berlin, to his tight end down the middle, Kevin Everett, for an easy 6 points.
Parrish deep to receive this punt. Radigan, very little margin of error, back of the end zone.
Remember, Winslow got one last week against Syracuse.
Winslow coming in from the bottom of your screen. Long count. Radigan's got it, and they protect him pretty well this time. Great hang time. Got it up there. Fair catch. But a penalty flag is going to wipe this off. Here's the call.
Prior to the snap, delay game on the offense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Remains 4th down.
Second delay call, and to go with a false start. Boy, oh boy. Here's the other thing. Radigan's going to have to absolutely crush one from about 80 yards to get him out of any kind of trouble. Because even if he gets a good punt of 40 yards, Parrish can return it. He makes 2 moves. He's almost halfway home. Radigan up a little closer to formation. High snap. Just got it off. And not a long one either. Parrish makes the catch. Trying to elude people. Does a heck of a job. Look at this. It opens up for him. He's picking up the wall. One man to beat. People flying all over as he took it down to the 19-yard line. Nicely done by Parrish. Finally brought down by Jason Nugent. He is exciting. 32 yards on the return. 32 yards punt and 17 yards on the return. And that's an outstanding effort by Parrish. I love the confidence that these Miami kids have on punt return. A score-a-thon here. Look at this, 17 all. And Pittsburgh on top of Temple in Philadelphia. They got another injured player. The Rutgers player between the hash marks at about the 20-yard line. So Miami in great shape 17-yard return. 7:38 to go. Big East standings. Miami basically controls the board. Win today, win next week. They win it outright here in the Big East Conference. Pittsburgh leading, as we just told you, and if both teams would go in 5-1, and that would give Miami to win next week, give them the head-to-head and give them the championship. Here's what's on the remaining schedule for 3 teams. West Virginia, got Syracuse and Temple. Syracuse today, obviously, and Pittsburgh and Miami next week.
Well, West Virginia really threw the monkey wrench into the Big East by beating Pittsburgh at home last week. Pittsburgh getting into that position by defeating Virginia Tech at home. But Miami, as you said, controls their own destiny. They get the ball exactly where they left off on the 18-yard line, going in to try to get another score and push this lead up to 20-3.
That's exactly right, John. Second time they start at the 18. Berlin at the controls here again, starting the second half, his second possession. And a play fake, going for it quickly. Man is over there, and not a really strong throw. He's trying to get it to Ryan Moore. Second drive in a row. First half, they average start at their own 24. But here, the second drive starting at the Rutgers 18.
Well, a lot of people won't see this on film because they won't watch it on Sunday or Monday. But on that play there, that's not all Brock Berlin's fault. That was a very average route and a good coverage on the outside by Nate Jones, the senior out of Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Great coverage by the cornerback and not a great route by Ryan Moore.
Here's Winslow in motion. Peyton, the deep back, he gets the call. It opens up right side at the 15. Got a block from Moore. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Miami. 18 yards on the run, and it's 19-3 Canes.
Great job that time by Jared Payton. In the air coming out of the sidelines, and Greg Schiano and Rutgers, the senior, gets in on senior day. Have to feel great for Jared Payton. What a great kid, and especially, as a senior leader in the locker room, does it all for Miami.
There's Petty for the point after, and it is good. Jared Payton with a 6th rushing touchdown, 82 yards on 13 carries, and a touchdown this afternoon for JP, and it's 20-3 Miami.
He had enough speed that time, Dave, from 18 yards out to get past the first wave and get into the end zone, and that's what you like to see, taking advantage of your defense and special teams, and Miami does it on consecutive series. Great blocking at the point of the attack, left side of your screen. Jared Payton will just take the block right outside. Just a little crease provided by, it looked like number 60, Vernon Carey. And then he gets into the end zone. Just a terrific run to the outside, and it was all speed. Pulling his Carey and 81 Winslow out in front, but it's all speed, and a great job down the football field by Ryan Moore, the wide receiver, and then no one happier than number 34, Jared Payton. Says, I got into the end zone. There's one for Dad.
Well, I tell you what, that was a 14-second drive, which followed a 44-second drive.
When Miami was putting points up on the scoreboard in years past, that was the ammo of Miami's offense.
No
quick score and quick ability to get in the end zone and react on a possession change or a block punt and get it in the end zone and make teams pay.
He's going to bring it out. The first penalty flag on the play. I was surprised to see Willie Foster bring that one out. Rutgers looking to get something going offensively. And it's a hold against Rutgers. A hold on the kickoff return.
Holding during the return. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. It'll be 1st and 10.
Dave, you know that hole that Rutgers was digging themselves the last couple series? It's just gotten a lot deeper for Greg Schiano.
I was going to say it's up to his chin right now the way things are going, because the freshman tried to run it out of the end zone, only got it to the 14. Complicated by the penalty, which backs him up to the 7. And now the Miami fans looking for your basic piranha feeding right now.
They've decided they like their team again.
7:16 to go from the 7-yard line for Rutgers. Hart's going to give it to Leonard. Try to bounce it left side, and Vilma's not having any of that. No gain. And the tough thing, too, remember throwing into a breeze, which is stiffened up a little bit here, John.
You got to like the way Miami puts their defenses together. And you asked Randy Shannon yesterday, Dave, the question, how do you go and recruit kids? Well, we recruit to what we do best. And they try to get those big tackles up there. And they try to get those linebackers that have great speed, like a Jonathan Vilman and DJ Williams, because they can go sideline to sideline. Sometimes they pass up on a 1 or 2 or a blue chipper just to get guys like this in their system.
That's why DJ got converted from fullback to linebacker. Hard to throw. He's in trouble. Down he goes. Javon Nanton has been living in that Rutgers backfield. That's the 5th sack today. Ball's all the way back to the 1-yard line. So 3rd and 16 at the 1 coming up.
Dave, it's safe to say that the heat has been turned up defensively for Miami. And this is exactly what they did last week against Syracuse. They played well in the first half, but not close to the level that they played in the second half and the way they've come out in this 3rd quarter today against Rutgers.
And here they come. Larry Anderson, Kareem Brown, the D tackles. They control the middle of the line. Leonard did well to pick up a yard. Vilma's there. And that means Radigan's going to have short yardage to get off another punt.
I thought last time in the punting situation they were even contemplating taking a safety to give up 2 points rather than to give up the ball on the 18-yard line and give away a quick 6. But now you're down 17. You have to kick it out. You can't give away that many points.
Radigan needs to absolutely get into the win, too. Not too big a chore, is it? Parrish had a 17-yard return last time out. Penalty flag. Somebody flinched left side on the offense.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. It remains 4th down.
Boy, when those threads start to come out. Boy, somebody took a razor blade.
Yeah.
Right through him for Rutgers. Radigan, look at that. So small a margin to work with. And to get rid of it. He didn't. He didn't. It was blocked.
They got it. Rutgers
And here's Rutgers is running out with it. Rutgers gets a 1st down. Can you believe this? Sean Taylor blocked it, and it was taken out. Brian Holman, backup linebacker, a starter a year ago, recovers and brings it all the way out to the 34-yard line.
That's one of the most unusual plays I've ever seen.
33-yard pickup by Brian Holman, showing some wheels.
Looked like Sean Taylor down the middle. You could pick probably 2 or 3 Miami players. It looked like Taylor was in, and then the ball gets kicked out, and Holman right there for Rutgers, taking it down their sideline. He's a linebacker, guys. He's got great moves on the outside. Finally, Parrish brings him down around the 35-yard line.
It's best position Rutgers has had here in the second half. It's on 35. Leonard, no. Oh, he got snowed under. Did you see that? Oh, man, what a play by Kareem Brown. All of a sudden, it was just this wave. Glover had his helmet knocked off. What a play by Kareem Brown. Played end in high school. Did play as a senior. Redshirt freshman out of Norland High School here in Miami.
He's coming back off of an injury. Kareem Brown doing a nice job getting back and getting healthy for this game today.
No gain on that play. 2nd down and 10. It's been all Miami here in the 3rd. Hart looking, throwing into the hands of Taylor. He's going to go. This is going to be another touchdown for Sean Taylor. His 3rd of the season on 7 INTs for 43 yards.
There's a flag thrown close to the goal line. It might be unsportsmanlike. It might be a conduct penalty on Miami.
Sean Taylor is always around the ball.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on Miami. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The touchdown is good.
Watch you celebrating, folks. 44 yards. They're going to call it on the return.
And really,
Sean
Dave,
Taylor.
you can't fault the throw by Ryan Hart. Tucker has it right in his breadbasket, and Sean Taylor gets it and goes out the other way for a touchdown.
Coming into today's game, only Brian King had defended more passes than Sean Taylor's. Petty knocks it through. Forget about the offense. Just leave the Miami defense on the field. They're getting it done in a big way. Hart gets picked here off the deflection, and once Taylor got it, say goodnight. It's 27-3 Canes. Providing these pictures, the Goodyear Blimp, Stars and Stripes. Each year, the Goodyear Blimp visits more than 100 communities and participates in dozens of telecasts at major sporting events. The major event here, third quarter, 3 touchdowns in 7 minutes and 9 seconds for the Miami Hurricanes to take a 6-3 lead into a blowout.
Miami can change the complexion of a game in a couple of plays, and it all started with their defense, Dave.
No question.
In the second half, turning it up a couple notches, and then their special teams comes in, blocks a punt, and then gets it back and takes advantage of a good pass. Sean Taylor's done that all season long.
And that was a possession, you're right. Block the punt, give up 40-plus yards, and still get it right back. Remarkable. And if you're Larry Coker, he says, well, somebody's scoring, so
yeah.
we wanted touchdowns, we got them.
Doesn't fix the problems on offense
Sure
that
does.
we're going to have to address, but it sure makes you smile on the sidelines.
Jones sees it go over his head. Picks it up at about the 9. They fake the reverse. It opens up. He keeps on his feet and taken down at about the 26-yard line. Nate Jones, not a bad return. Roger McIntosh makes the tackle.
And if you're,
give me a quick mental read here on Rutgers.
I was just going to say, if you're Ryan Hart, you probably think you've had about 28 possessions in the third quarter. He's coming back out with his offense, and it seems like it's been all Miami defense and special teams in the third quarter, and really Rutgers not being able to do anything offensively.
Scarlett Nate's taking over. 3:48 to go in the third. Play fake. Throw a little short pass outside, and that's incomplete, trying to get it to Clark Harris. What a second half for Miami. McClover with a block punt sets up Berlin, 17 yards to Everett, 2 plays, 18 yards. And then a 17-yard punt return, which was fabulous on a short punt. Sets up a 2-play, 18-yard drive. Peyton takes it in from 18 yards. And now Taylor, a 44-yard interception return. His third score of the season. That after a block punt. I think he blocked the punt.
I think he did.
Holman takes it out for 40-plus yards. And then Taylor comes back with a pick and 6. Face not much there. Here's a late penalty flag coming in. Taken down by Roger McIntosh, the sophomore from Gaffney, South Carolina.
Yeah, I think they may get John Glass, the right guard, for holding in the Rutgers backfield.
Well, on one hand, your Rutgers is saying, hey, you know, Miami's offense.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. Repeat, second down.
Miami's offense hasn't exactly lit it up, and it was John Glass. Good call. That was the referee telling the side judge who's going to relay it to Greg Schiano.
Yeah. Who wants to tell him? I guess I have to.
I think you may have heard it on. Well, we certainly heard it. Second down and 20 at the 16-yard line. Miami doing a lot of damage just rushing their front 4. That's what they do here, although late blitz by the 2 backers. Hart under duress just throws it away. even if he catches, Moses wouldn't have had much room to work with as we check in with Greg Roberts.
Well, David, Miami's starting to pull away here. They lead by 24. That puts the pressure on Pittsburgh and West Virginia to keep pace. And we check the Ameritrade scoreboard, and you can see that Pittsburgh has now gone in front of Temple 21-3. Larry Fitzgerald with the record-setting 17th touchdown reception, and Pittsburgh leads that one. Meanwhile, West Virginia has tacked on a field goal, and the Mountaineers lead at Syracuse 20-17 with plenty of time remaining. Dave?
Boy, those Mountaineers, they're impressive. Leonard looking for room to the 25, be well short of a first down. Hart 13 of 26, 95 passing, 95 yards passing, 2 interceptions the second half. Ryan Hart 2 of 5, 10 yards and an interception.
And this defense does deserve a standing O. They've been spectacular in the third quarter.
Yeah, they are getting some D. Well, Radigan's got to feel a little bit more comfortable. He's got some room here, standing at his own 6. Gets into this one nice and easy. Parrish sizing up the situation. Nice reverse. Well, I tell you what, he faked the back judge who turned an ankle trying to get out of the way when Parrish reversed field.
You're right.
I thought that official was going to break a leg. 45 yards on the punt, the tackle by Brian Holman. Pretty good hang time that time by Joe Radigan.
It was funny talking with Mo Sykes yesterday about the returners, Antrell Roll being one of them who
Parrish,
did so well, and Parrish today, that these guys don't believe in fair catches.
No.
If it's the last resort, they'll fair catch it, but they know with the guys in front of them, they always have an opportunity to break a big play.
Let me tell you something. They are extraordinarily blessed with some superior talent. I wouldn't think fair catch either. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at their own 34 for the Canes. Berlin, pump and go. Wide open. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man, down the sideline, Ryan Moore. Finally brought down by Eddie Grimes. That was stealing. 44 yards on a hookup.
Finally, offensively, Miami showing signs of life. Just the pump and go up top. Can't get any more wide open than that, and Eddie Grimes cannot get over from his safety spot to make a play on the football, or Ryan Moore, until he gets inside the 25 down to the 22. And the last 2 drives for Miami, 2 plays, 18 yards, resulting in touchdowns. This is the second play of this drive. Let's see what happens.
Welcome to Beat the Clock. See if they can get it done under a minute. There's Moss. Boy, he is a strong young man. Got it inside the 15-yard line, gain of 8. Jason Nugent will get credit. But that play is made by Tyrone Moss. Tyrone Moss picks up a very strong 8 yards.
He's got those feet moving almost like an old cowboy back, Robert Newhouse, that pitter-patter, pitter-patter. He's going in the middle, and nobody can stop him. Watch those feet keep moving down the middle of the football field. He's in traffic, but his legs never stop moving, and he's the only one going towards the goal line. Everybody else with an R in their helmet holding on for dear life. 2nd and 2 at the 14. A stretch play, and stretch it almost for 6. Is Moss down to the 5-yard line, brought down by Jarvis Johnson. Another gash play, picked up 9 after 8th play before. First down, Miami. Boy, nice job by the Miami offensive line, creating a little bit of a crease on the inside, and then the low shoulder pad lean of Tyrone Moss. He had that level down low, and he's a tough guy to hit anyway at 5'10", 220 pounds. Brings it at the 5-yard line. Miami trying to push this lead into the 30s.
1st and goal for the Canes. Moss the deep back. Here's Winslow in motion. Tight end trap. And nothing doing that time. The trap man, the tight end, Winslow got in cleanly, but Devon Thompson picked up the running back as he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. As a matter of fact, that's what it is, no gain.
Well, this Rutgers defense has not been on the field that much in the second half, but there's been some damage on the other side of the ball.
Say the least. Lightning strikes. Winslow in motion again. Berlin, play fake. Gonna roll. We got a man wide open in the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. His second catch of the day. Kevin Everett. A 5-yard hookup. And it's 33-3. Five-play, 66-yard drive. And Brock Berlin, boy, this is a confidence booster. As Petty's on for the point after. And he boots it through. This has been, if you just walked out of the room or blinked, this went from 6-3 to 34-3 in an awfully quick time. That time, 5 plays and 66 yards, just 2:13 off the clock.
Well, Brock Berlin makes this look easy, and nobody goes with the tight end in the middle of the football field. Kevin Everett, his second touchdown on the afternoon, just going to the ground, ensuring the catch. Brock Berlin, nice play action fake to Moss, and then he has all the time in the world just to deliver the strike down the middle. And you think the load of pressure is off Brock Berlin a little bit? Take a look at this. He finally gets to celebrate. Yeah, that must feel good.
Second time he's hooked up with Everett.
He's even able to break a smile out on the sideline.
Sure enough.
I would imagine his coaching staff feeling a little bit better. Doesn't erase what happened in the first half. They're going to have to do something different next week when they go on the road in a cold environment at Pittsburgh. But at least they're getting the football in the end zone now, and they're taking advantage of what the defense and special teams are laying out on the table.
Here, here. Here's Petty. Final play here. Jones takes it from the 2 as we wind down the third quarter. And he gets it back to the 29, let's call it the 30-yard line. A return of 28 yards. Time now for a Jiffy Lube well-oiled machine scoring drive. Just 5 plays, 66 yards to get it to Everett for the touchdown catch. What an explosion by the Miami Hurricanes. They're finding all kinds of ways to get it on the board. Block punt sets up the first to Everett. Then there's a pick by Taylor to take it in for 6. And then Brock Berlin, nice and easy to Everett. Ode to joy, to say the least. 34-3 Canes. Welcome back, everybody. 34-3 Canes as we start the fourth quarter here at the Orange Bowl, along with John Kinjimi and Greg Robertson, our ESPN regional crew, our ESPN Plus crew. Dave Sims with you. Mr. Everett has done well here, catching a couple of TD passes. Junior Kevin Everett Jr. out of Port Arthur, Texas, and Kilgore Junior College. Had 5 catches coming into the game. He's got 2 today, and both for touchdowns. Jonathan Vilma and that #1 defensive unit still in the game. They're going to rush 4 against Hart here. Rutgers starts at his own 29, and they got problems starting that play. What happened there?
Delay a game, it looked like, Dave. That's hard to believe after a timeout.
Prior to the snap, delay a game on the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
If you're at home, if you're a Rutgers fan or a Miami fan, how the heck does that happen?
Yeah, if you watch the first half and tuned in after getting something to eat, you're saying, what game am I watching? 6-3, and it's turned into 34-3.
Well, last year, fourth quarter, Miami put 28 on the board against Rutgers. They did it in the third today. That penalty was the 8th for 44 yards for Rutgers. Hart with the wind at his back throws, and a nice comeback as Trez Moses running upfield. And he picks up yardage across the 35. Alfonso Marshall to tackle, gain of 13.
Dave, you like what you see when these Rutgers skill position players get their hands on the football in the open field. They can make people miss, and they have the speed to take it upfield, and they get a lot of that penalty yardage back, bringing in a 2nd and 2. But you like what they do in space.
I believe Rutgers had the ball 11:49, got no points. Third quarter, Miami had it 3:11, put up a 28 spot. Yikes. Ooh, good stick by Vilma. The running back, Leonard, came in high, and that's one of the real dangerous things to do, come through a hole high and have Vilma or any linebacker get a free shot on you like that.
Yeah, anybody in orange, especially wearing 51, he's usually around the football. It's a good indication of finding out where you're at. In third quarter stats, the update, Rutgers 21 plays, only 20 yards. Look at the time of possession. Miami only needed it 3:11 to take advantage of their defense and special teams.
I'll check it, but it was a couple of scores where it only went like 14 seconds. Hart throwing, knocked down. Vilma's there. Tried to feed it in to Clark Harris. Wouldn't get any height on that one, and a nice drop by Vilma on that play.
Great spacing by the safety and the linebacker, Jonathan Vilma. Looked like they had him high-low. Vilma underneath. Great break, great anticipation. He knew where the tight end was going to be, and Mo Sykes had the coverage up on top. So nice combination by Sykes and Jonathan Vilma.
Radigan has been a busy young man. Late on the field is Winslow. This is going to be his 8th punt coming up. Low liner. Intro roll. Sees it go out of bounds. Roll, I think, wanted some of that action after Parrish has done well today. Goes out of bounds at the 20. A 43-yard punt. Miami in charge, 34-3. Gorgeous day here, 34-3. Miami leading at the Orange Bowl against Rutgers. Some of the scenics here. What are we looking at here, Jen? You live down this way.
You know what, Dave? Miami.
Yeah.
That could be South Beach over there.
Beautiful. From the 20, Derek Crudup back in. Kevin Beard, he gets a carry here.
Good play action fake by Derek Crudup, who's back in the ball game. Watch it, just deliberate action. Great job of ball handling by the quarterback, and then a nice move on the outside by Kevin Beard, taking it back to the inside, making people miss, and then never stopping on the play is Raheem Moore, number 1 for Rutgers.
Devin Hester is in the game along with Darnell Jenkins. As receivers, here's Moss. Boy, that change of pace. We talked to Eric Winston. The left tackle, he said, hey, the young man stopped running up people's backs. And now he's a big timer. Louis Rivas makes the stop, 8 yards on the game.
What you liked about Moss last week in against Syracuse is the more he was fed in the second half, the better he got. And you could see that big play potential coming from the freshman running back. And you can see it today, too. Although Jared Payton has really carried the majority of the load, the more he gets fed, the better he is.
Straight up the gut this time with Moss. And the 34-3, not surprising to see Larry Coker feed the running backs. Raheem Moore makes the tackle. Give it to the running backs and just take the clock down.
Well, Miami's put themselves in a terrific situation now with next week coming into picture and really the Big East Championship on the line, Dave.
Oh, that's for sure. Pittsburgh winning 21-3 third period at Philly against Temple. 3rd down and 2 at the 42. Crudup gives to Moss. Didn't get it. Very sound defensive play by Rutgers. They got Berkeley Hutchinson got in there. Boy, he was a load that time. Take a look at our game summary brought to you by Guinness. Jarrett Payton, good numbers. 82 yards and a touchdown. Brock Berlin, 6 of 14 for 2 scores. Kevin Everett, the beneficiary there. And the Canes, 10 points off of turnovers.
Yeah, and if you had an asterisk to put there, you could just say special teams and defense because they were spectacular in the third quarter, really turning the tide of this football game.
Here's the punt. And Moses going away from it. A roll down to the 19-yard line. 40 yards on the punt. Take a break here at the Orange Bowl, just under 11 to play. And Miami control 34-3 with a 28-point third quarter. Miami in charge here, 34-3. Just under 11 to go in the fourth quarter. And Miami setting itself up in really good shape. Go after that Big East championship next week in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, 2 touchdowns up on Temple as they wind it down. In Philadelphia at the Link. And Miami clearly in charge right here.
You know, next week, talking about that game, Miami's going to have to get a hot hand running the football because everybody has been lighting up Pittsburgh's defense running the football.
Faison straight up the gut. Does he have enough? Antrell Roll says no. Faison does a good job. Stiff arm and put it up. Stiff arm into his face.
That may go against Faison.
It very well could. I thought it was an effective blow though, but I see what you're saying. Well, that's a good looking run of 44 yards by Faison. And that is clearly his long. His previous long was 13.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
44-yard run.
Great job by Antrell Roll of tracking down Faison. They're going to call him for the face mask. See if we can see it right there. There's the right hand. You can see it at the end. It looks like he lets off. Should be a 5-yard variety, but as you said, Dave, very effective by Faison of using his open arm to get Antrell Roll off of him.
And get the ball in the right hand.
Yeah.
Get it over to the sideline. Great run by Roll. Faison 8 for 60 on the run as they run a fade pattern. No. Try to feed it into Sean Tucker. Roll with the defense on that Faison run is an outstanding cover guy. And his recovery time was fabulous.
And you can see it on that play there. Mo Sykes as well as number 6 Antrell Roll. Really, catch-up speed for Miami secondary is very underrated because they look like they get beat sometimes, but their catch-up speed is so magnificent that they get right back in position to make a play on the football.
What a job. Second down and 10 at the 32. Mason's the hot hand. Oh, nice move to get outside. He's got the first down. He's rodeoed down by Sean Taylor. Boy, he put a great move on Mo Sykes. Gain of 11.
You called it, Dave. Faison, the running back at Rutgers, just a stop and start move again. He goes off the left side, then turns it back. Just a little subtle move to the inside is enough to get Mo Sykes peeking in there. Then he's wrestled to the ground by Sean Taylor, almost forcing another fumble on his terrific day.
Faison's 44-yard run, second longest of the season. Leonard had a 61-yarder earlier this year. First down play, 21 empty backfield. Throwing over the middle and a catch by Moses, and he's taken down quickly by Vilma. Gain of just 2. Boy, they don't waste any time. Those short patterns. Sometimes, you know, you're down 34-3, and I know that's what you do. You do have the wind going with you. If I'm at home, I'm thinking, why aren't you throwing it downfield a little bit more? Trying to cut into this deficit.
Yeah, they've got guys going vertically, and that time Ryan didn't see anything open, and neither did I, so he had to check it down on that particular play.
Okay. Second down and 8, 19-yard line. Leonard gets the call. Boyd opened up. Whoa, good stiff arm. Oh, yeah. Down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. That's a good-looking run. First and goal for Rutgers. DJ Williams with the tackle. Nothing like a little quick left jab.
That's right. Faison tried to give one of those left jabs earlier to Antrell Roll, and now Brian Leonard, who we talked about in the open, he can do it all, and he's got power in that frame. 6'2", 230. Watch him deliver the blow on the Rutgers sideline. Great move there. Just a great stiff arm of Mo Sykes, and he looks like he just steps out around the 3-yard line.
Well, Mo got faced on that one, didn't he? First and goal at the 4.
Mo don't want no more of that.
Not at all. We'll take a different angle of attack next time. Bank on that. Facing a deep guy. Pilch in motion. Play fake. Leonard's open in the flat. Walks in. Touchdown Rutgers from 3 yards out. So their first touchdown of the day. Ryan Hart, his 14th TD pass. And for Leonard, his 9th TD catch. Make that his 5th TD catch.
Well, they made it look easy on this drive. No one picks up. The running back runs right by DJ Williams, and it's Brian Leonard in for the score. He deserved it on that one, either him or Faison, and he gets it in the end zone for Rutgers.
Very solid drive that time by the Scarlet Knights. Faison's 44-yard run really broke that one open. 6 plays, 81 yards, and a $154 for Rutgers to get the first touchdown of the day. 9:03 to go. Fourth quarter here at the Orange Bowl. It's 34-10 Miami. So the Rutgers fans have a little something to cheer about, and we have something to cheer about because we check in with Greg Roberts.
In 99 and 2000, Coker was Miami's offensive coordinator, and Greg Schiano was the Hurricanes' defensive coordinator. And when Greg Schiano moved down to Miami, he was house hunting, and Coker, even though Schiano opposed, convinced Greg Schiano that he should buy a home near campus in the Coral Gables area. Well, Schiano didn't want to do that. He said, hey, that's not where everybody's buying homes. And Coker said, listen to me, you need to buy a home in the Coral Gables area near campus. Well, Greg Schiano did just that. Now, a couple of years later, Schiano took the job at Rutgers, and he could have kissed Larry Coker when he learned that his house, when he went to sell it, had just about doubled in value. Listen to Larry Coker, guys. He'll lead you down the right path.
Yeah, the only problem is Coach Coker's still waiting for that 6%. He wants that realtor's percentage.
Yeah, but does he have a license?
That's okay. I'll give you 3.
The Scarlet Knights get on the board with a touchdown. 6 plays, 81 yards, facing the star of that drive, a 44-yard run and a 15-yard run. And they go for the pooch. Does it go 10? No, sir, but it's recovered by Miami. No surprise there. You had to do that. Glad you could join us for Big East football. We're at the Orange Bowl in Miami. Dave Sims, John Kinjemi, and Greg Roberts and their ERT crew. 9:02 to go in the fourth. Miami 28 third quarter points. A block punt set up a Berlin to Everett pass. Payton took it in from 18 yards after a Paris punt return. Taylor a 44-yard pick. Berlin a 5-yard pass to Everett, and then a 4-yard pass from Hart to Leonard got Rutgers on the board. Here's Krupp in trouble. Krupp in trouble back to the 45-yard line, and where he is sacked. They lose 9 yards on that play. Gary Gibson gets the sack. Let's take a look at our outstanding back of the game. It's brought to you by Outback Steakhouse, and we give it to Sean Taylor. 44-yard interception return for a touchdown. And did a terrific job of coverage most of the afternoon.
And a block punt.
Yeah. And a block punt. Outstanding performance. 4 tackles as well. Got an injured Scarlet Knight on the floor. Gary Gibson, the man who had the sack.
I was impressed with Miami finding a way to win this football game. You know, going into the locker room week after week is depressing for an offense if you're not scoring points and not getting into the end zone. And they found a way to keep their Big East championships hopes alive, and that's what's on the line today against Rutgers. And they found a way to keep the destiny in their control. They found a way to live for another day and get to Pittsburgh next week, so they have a battle on their hands there on the road, but they have to correct it during the week. They had their best week of practice this past week of preparing for Rutgers. You're going to need another good week to prepare for Pittsburgh.
Our aerial views are courtesy of the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. American Airlines taking off right there. The Stars and Stripes, Goodyear's blimp, at the controls, Captain Tracy Rockhold from Akron, Ohio. $39,579 in attendance here at the Orange Bowl. Second down and 19 at the 45-yard line of the Canes. Gathers with another carry, breaking a couple of tackles, slashing his way into Rutgers territory at the 49. Picks up 6. Will Gilkison on the tackle for Rutgers, number 38.
You talk about a guy that's really played multiple positions for Miami. That's Jason Gathers. He came in as a running back, was moved to wide receiver because of injuries, has gone back and forth from wide receiver to running back. He's more of a third down package guy now in their attack offensively, but he's great in space. If you can get him the ball in space, he will make you miss, and he runs like a wide receiver.
Miami only led 6-3 at the half. Blitz coming. Penalty flag.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Been a busy afternoon for our referee, Dennis Hennigan.
Yes, it has. Those are the ones, Dave, when the center comes back to the huddle and talks to the quarterback. What was it on again?
Yeah, right. Five penalties, 43 yards for against Miami. Hester, along with Antrell Roll. Check that. Here's Kruta. Nice run. And he takes it down at a 40, and somebody just had their knee rolled.
Yeah, the center, Joel Rodriguez.
Yep, he was standing there, and as the pile came down, they rolled up in the back of his leg, and Rodriguez, the junior from Monsignor Pace here in Miami. Well, he's rolled that. He is rolling out of bounds and towards the sideline. 13 yards on the pickup.
13-yard pickup.
Other action on our Ameritrade scoreboard. Fourth quarter now. West Virginia, hottest team in the league, 20-17. They were down early. Pittsburgh 21-3, leading at Temple. Get a look at action at Miami International. 35-21 Michigan over Ohio State.
That's a lot more scoring than people were talking about around the country.
Right you are. As you hear the score being announced here, still some hard feelings towards the Buckeyes here.
Rightfully so.
24-16. Take you back to that call in overtime.
Tough game there.
Georgia, 10-point lead on Kentucky.
And, you know, before the game, when we were talking with Greg, we were talking about the West Virginia-Syracuse game. We knew it was going to be a battle up in that Carrier Dome. It wouldn't be the same team that showed up here against Miami. And speaking of Syracuse, and they scored on their first play, and it looks like a dogfight looking at the scoreboard.
Well, if they have a full house up there, it's got to be rocking pretty good. Ryan Monroe is on to punt. Low liner. Moses lets it go. And it takes a Rutgers bounce back upfield to the 12-yard line. It lost about 3 yards on that. A punt of 29 yards. We'll take a break here from the Orange Bowl. Exactly 7 minutes to go. 34-10 Miami. Today's Big East football game has been brought to you by Allstate. Are you in good hands? Guinness Draft Stout, enjoyed responsibly the world over. The J-Team, only at Jiffy Lube, the well-oiled machine. Saab, welcome to the state of independence. AT&T Wireless, reach out on the wireless service America trusts. AT&T Wireless. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. And by Prestone, when you want protection inside and out, you want the Prestone family. Beautiful day here in South Florida. We're in Miami at the Orange Bowl. Big East football, where Miami has a 34-10 lead over Rutgers. 7 minutes exactly left here in our ball game, and Ryan Hart back at the controls, and he's got a long field to go. 12 from the 12 is where he's going to start. Slant pattern, he hits it. Daniels, a Florida product, picks up the first down to the 25-yard line, gains 13, brought down by Greg 3. Marcus Daniels out of Central High School here in Miami. Hurry up offense being used by the Scarlet Knights. Draw play, Leonard. Ooh, he took another shot. Roll got him. Oh, maybe he didn't catch a break there as he fought through and broke a tackle, and the referee blew the whistle.
It looked like Sean Taylor had him in his grasp, but Leonard kept going. That's a big guy in Leonard.
Yeah.
6'2", 230.
We've seen him break a couple of tackles earlier in the game. Clock running. Hart in trouble. Valiant effort on the far side by Moses. And he could not make the catch inbounds. And West Virginia, a little spread now, a little separation from Syracuse by 10. That's got to be late fourth quarter. Boy, the Mountaineers, Rich Rodriguez, 7 minutes away.
That'll be their
winning that game.
6 straight, right, Dave?
Yeah, that is correct. They're playing some good football. 3rd down and 4 to 31. Look out, Hart. Going to run it. Picks up the first down. And second time we've seen him slide. Smart move to the 42-yard line. Picks up 11. A lot of the starters still in the game for Miami's defensive unit. Matter of fact, it looks like the entire one unit is in there.
Yeah, it is.
Break 3 playing at a safety. Catch it underneath. Sean Tucker wrestled down at the 39-yard line. Not getting much of a pass rush, and Hart should be approaching, if he hasn't already eclipsed, the record for passing for a sophomore. 19 yards in a pickup. He's looking to break the single-season passing yardage record. Here's a blitz on the corner. Throws it, and he gets it to Leonard at the 35. Needs more than one man to bring him down. Taylor gets him up high. Bangs him down. Another first down for Rutgers at the 28-yard line.
Dave Ryan's come a long way. His first collegiate start was against these Miami Hurricanes last year in Piscataway. So congratulations to him as he approaches that record.
Stay with the shotgun. Clock running. It stopped with the first down. 5:36. Look out. Doesn't see the blitz come. Eludes it. Vilma's in his face, and he gets it to Leonard. Leonard does a real good job. He takes a shot and then spins out. He didn't get plastered once he gets hit. Kelly Jennings with the tackle. This is our final Big East broadcast here on ESPN Plus. Another great season under our belts. I want to thank all the regulars on our crew. Technical director Paul Druzniak. Audio Martha Walters. Run down everybody else, and there's Taylor, almost another pick. Cameras are Elaine, what am I talking about? Elaine Portilla and Rodney Butler. Tape operators, Paul Lasky, Mike Johnson. Graphics, Mark Vidonic. Associate producer, John Kettering. Operations producer, Laurie Petty. Game producer, Michael Molinari. Our director, Jeff Montoni. And coordinating producer, John Vassallo. Ryan Hart, 19 of 37, $155, a touchdown, and 2 picks. 2,551 career passing yardage. Scott Ernie had the most in the single season. Here's Hart running for his life. Oh, that one got tipped. Baraka Atkins got a piece of that on that 4th down and 11. So Hart passes Scott Ernie for the most single season passing yardage and rushing in Rutgers history. 2,551 and counting.
Congratulations to the Cardinal Gibbons product out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, living in Coral Springs. As we said, we got to see him start his first collegiate game last year against Miami. You've been impressed with his toughness today. He's been under duress and been taking a lot of shots. He's hung in there this entire game.
Hart in trouble again. And he throws it out of bounds. He took a big lick again from Baraka Atkins. With this being our last telecast, we'll give you guys our thoughts on our award winners. Please get the trophies ready. Our player of the year, Larry Fitzgerald from Pittsburgh. Rich Rodriguez, well-deserved coach of the year, offensive player of the year. The Q, Quincy Wilson, defensive player. Grant Wiley from West Virginia. So the Mountaineers do pretty well here. And then we split the rookie ballot. Rookie of the year, John Petty and Brian Leonard. That's from the ESPN regional crew, the ERT crew here on the Big East broadcast. Gathers across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. 4:40 and counting here in the fourth quarter.
Now, when Greg sees Jonathan Vilma walking off the field and someone gives him that word, I'm sure Greg will say, I had Jonathan Vilma picked out. I would too. You know what? Mo Sykes, I thought it was great yesterday to talk with him. He said, I would pay to watch Quincy Wilson run. And I said, well, who got run over? Was that you? He said, that wasn't me.
Well, he was indignant.
I know, that's right.
That was a young man, Merriweather, that got torched in that game. Boy, Gathers
nice run.
Looking good here. Gets a block, split the seam. Nicely done. 29-yard line. They're going to call it the 30-yard line. A gain of 38. Finally brought down by Eddie Grimes. So Jason Gathers' previous long rush of the season have been 9 yards. And boy, he ripped that apart right there.
Well, if you can get him into space, that's where Jason Gathers does most of his damage. Nice stiff arm. Once he gets to the second level, now it's just a foot race, and Grimes wrestles him down at the 30-yard line. But good to see Jason get into the mix here late in the game.
4 carries, 47 yards. Eric Winston just came out of the game, left tackle. And Rashad Butler replaces him. Trying to get to the edge again. Pretty good strength that time by Devron Thompson. Number 55, a tackle for Rutgers. Well, John, another great year, partner. Great job, man.
That was fun. Thanks. I want to echo your thanks to everybody in the truck, and it's been fun again. This has been a terrific crew to work on.
Greg Roberts, great job as always down on the sidelines during our halftime and everything. Jenkins goes wide to the left, top of your screen. Devin Hester at the bottom. To the edge, throwing it way too much on that one. Hester had a step on the defender. Crudup takes a lick from Berkeley Hutchinson.
I would think if you're Miami, Dave, and especially the coaching staff, you have to go in as you see Syracuse narrowing the gap. Only 4-point lead now for West Virginia, and that was at the 7-minute mark when you last spoke.
And let's get more details with Greg Roberts.
David, I just wanted to let you know an update on the West Virginia game with Syracuse. Walter Reyes just scored on a 7-yard touchdown catch, but they missed the extra point. So Syracuse does take the lead. Let me talk to my producer, and that lead is? Well, you should see it on your screen back.
All right, Greg, thank you.
Okay, man. My monitor wasn't in front of me, Dave. I'm sorry.
That's okay. 27-23. Here's Crudup. Gives it to Gathers, trying to get outside. Nicely done on the tackle by Jarvis Johnson. Clock at 2:38. That's going to bring up a 4th down. And Petty's going to come in.
Dave, what I was going to get to with Miami is if you're the coaching staff, you would think going into the biggest game of the year, they still have a lot of questions, unanswered on offense especially. I think they're going to probably go into the game with Brock Berlin as your starter, but how confident are you that you can move the football effectively no matter who's in the football game? If Derek comes in, you get a little bit more mobility, but I think everybody has to pick it up, and they have to have their best game of the year offensively against Pittsburgh next week.
Take a timeout, 2:38 to go. Here in the fourth quarter, Miami with a big 24-point lead. Welcome back, everybody. 34-10 Miami. They're going to go for it. 4th down and 11 at the 31-yard line. Rutgers with 9 men in the box. And they get him all the way back to the 42-yard line. Jarvis Johnson with the sack. 9 men in the box. They ran 2. They had Hester and Jenkins out on a pattern. And I thank Dave Tratner for handling stats today. Kathy Noe, stage manager, and audio Peggy Lupica up here in the booth at the Orange Bowl. Couldn't ask for a better day here. My goodness. A little bit cloudy right now, but all in all, it has been fabulous. Close to 40,000 on hand. And these fans, Miami fans, a little discouraged, but boy, they had a 28-point fourth quarter. Set up a lot by the defense and special teams. The third quarter, beg your pardon, it was fourth quarter last year. Hart looking for somebody to throw it to, and throws it in the direction of Leonard. Incomplete, stops the clock with 2:25 to
go.
This Miami defense has put on some pressure today, and they really haven't brought a lot of people from the secondary or the linebacker spot. You've seen Vilma come occasionally, or DJ Williams, but the front four has done an excellent job of winning the battle at the line of scrimmage and really putting a lot of heat on Ryan Hart.
Moses and Faison. They go to the right. Top of your screen here for Hart. Also out there, Tucker. Throws underneath. And he's got Leonard for a first down to the 45-yard line, brought down by Vilma. Leonard put up some pretty good all-purpose numbers. He is a very solid performer. He's somebody that you're really going to have to reckon with next year. Obviously, Greg Schiano and company need some more complementary players. 17 rush for 52 yards, 6 catches for 40 yards, and Hart running for his life again and throws it away. And personal foul coming up here on Miami. Or roughing the passer.
Might even be intentional grounding, Dave, because I'm not sure if that ball crossed the line.
Intentional grounding on the offense. Loss of down at the spot of the pass.
2 minutes remaining in this one. And let's check back in with Greg Roberts.
All right, David, this time I've hustled over to my monitor. I'm ready to give you your Ameritrade scoreboard update. And West Virginia's back on the board. Chris Henry catches a 67-yard touchdown pass from Rasheed Marshall, and the Mountaineers are pulling away in Syracuse 34-23, 4.5 minutes to play. David?
They are on fire. Hart really zipped that one in, and there was Taylor trying to get another pick. Brandon Merriweather broke it up.
Dave, are you buying that monitor stuff? Did you see how fast he put down that hot dog to sprint over there?
Oh, you're tough. Huh? You're cold.
I saw it with my own eyes. I'm not lying now.
I hear you coming over to your house tonight to eat hot dogs. And I better not be eating hot dogs. There better be some T-bone.
We'll have Italian stuff coming over the house, Greg.
154 to go. All right, 3rd and 25. Crossing pattern, and it's caught by Foster. Foster stays in bounds. Thank you. That's exactly right. Brought down by Alfonso Marshall. And pretty good gain there. Picks up 17. Still leaves him short, 4th and 8.
17 yards.
130 and counting. 4-man rush. They throw underneath. Tucker's got it. Going to be about a yard short. And Miami will take over on downs. Vilma brings him down. Jonathan Vilma all over the place. What a performance by the senior from Coral Gables. Those still remaining here in the Orange Bowl. Nice round of applause to the defensive unit. 34-10 Miami. The Canes getting ready to set their sights on the Pittsburgh Panthers in next week. Gathers. Not much doing there, running right side.
Timeout. Rutgers.
So Rutgers with 1 timeout remaining after this one. And earlier we were talking about one of the top linebackers in the country, Jonathan Vilma, academic All-American and a fabulous player. Look at the game he had today.
just finds the football. He has a knack for being in the right spot at the right time, and he brings a lot of pack with him too, because he can let you have it in the middle of the football field. And that was a tough man to tackle today in Brian Leonard, and Jonathan Vilma was all over the football today. He put a lot of pressure on Ryan Hart. 16 tackles and 1 sack, and as you said, Dave, the AT&T Wireless Player of the Game. Great senior day for a senior player.
Well earned. Pleasant young man. Always enjoyed talking to him at Media Day and when we visit here in Miami. Where would you project him at the next level in the NFL?
Well, I think he's going to be one of those tweener guys. He might be a strong safety, could be still at a linebacker spot, but whoever gets him is going to get a heck of a football player.
That's for sure. No question about that. 1:08 to go in the fourth. Gathers gets another carry. Runs through 1 tackle. Brought down by Hutchinson. And Rutgers burns its final timeout. So final timeout. So 58 seconds to go, and Miami will take a knee a couple of times, and their home season will be done. Third quarter told the story in the game. It was 6-3 Miami at halftime, and then all heck broke loose. Block punt. Berlin set up. He hits Everett at the 11:03 mark in the third. Payton at the 7:24 mark takes it in from 18 yards after a 17-yard Parrish return. Taylor 44 yards on the INT. Makes it 27-3 with 3:56 to go. And then after blocking a punt, seeing Rutgers pick up 44 yards, they get it right back, and Berlin completes a 5-play 66-yard drive with a pass to Everett to make it 34-3. Lights out. See you later.
Yeah, 2 plays, 18 yards. 2 plays, 18 yards. That was the difference after the special teams and defense set the table, and Brock Berlin did his job according to plan. Got into the end zone twice, 2 connections to the backup tight end Kevin Everett, and made this Orange Bowl crowd come to life a little bit in the third quarter, but it was all defense and special teams that set the table for Miami's offense.
Those 2 scores came in 58 seconds. Payton 13 for 82 and a touchdown as we look at Gathers. Moss 13 for 53. And that pushes the total up to, with Gathers' run, 42 rushes, 208, 207, 208. Cunningham with the run. Been a pleasure being with you folks again. Another year of Big East football here in ESPN Plus. Canes are going to let this clock run down. Season went too fast, and still plenty of football left. Important, a couple of Big East games still on the schedule next week. Obviously, this one, Miami and Pittsburgh next week. And then it will be interesting to see how the bowl situation shapes up. And then on to the national championship.
5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Rutgers looked like they were doing a heck of a job as they bring all 11 men up to go after this punt. Nice snap. Hunter got hit. Here's the flag. And the ball rolls dead at the 35-yard line with 8 seconds to go. Monroe did a heck of a job to hang in there.
Yeah, just to get it off.
Yes, sir. Ryan Monroe, 8th in the Big East coming into today's action.
Running into the kicker on the defense. The penalty is declined. 1st down.
The Rutgers will get a chance to run one more play with 8 seconds to go on the clock. Well, one positive that Rutgers can take out of this visit to the Orange Bowl, for the first time since their 97 visit, they put points on the board. They were shut out in 99 and 2001.
And for the first 2 quarters, Greg Schiano, it was written exactly the way he had thought it might work out. Tough defensive game, put pressure on Brock Berlin in that offense to move the football, and Miami really didn't do anything offensively.
Not at all.
In this third quarter, the defense and special teams of Miami changed the complexion of this game completely.
Give me a pick next week, Pittsburgh and Miami up in Pittsburgh.
Well, this Miami defense is really tough. I like Miami, even though they're having problems offensively. I just don't know if Pittsburgh can stop anybody.
Hart put it up for grabs.